This one's for the queens. Strong, fierce, holding on to their dreams. We don't chase broke words or toxic lies. We rise above. Love real, no disguise. Yeah. Yeah. Heard that red pill talk, all empty game. Disrespect women trying to bring shame, but we don't bow down, nah, we don't break. Independent women make no mistake. We grind, we shine, building our path. Respect over ego, love that will last. Not here for the boys stuck bitter and cold. We're writing our story, powerful, bold. Leave 'em dusty, leave 'em broke. We ain't falling for the joke. Queen stay strong, never fall. Real love waits up north and gold. Leave 'em dusty, leave 'em broke. We ain't falling for the joke. Queen stay strong, never fall. Real love waits worth more than gold. Don't need a man to validate my worth. I've been strong, I've been shining since birth. But if he steps right with truth in his heart, we can build together a powerful star. Cause love ain't control, it's freedom and trust. Partnership solid, respect is a must. Until that one comes, we keep standing tall. Independent women, we winning it all.
Microphone check 1 2.
Leave 'em broke. We ain't falling for the joke. Queen stay strong, never.
All right, everybody, this show's about to start.
For the mess, we deserve better, we won't take less. Breaking the cycle, we rise above, strong and free till we find true love. So let them talk, let them waste their breath. We keep walking in power, cause love starts with self. For every queen out there, don't settle, don't bend. Real love is coming, heads up my friend, leave them dusty.
All right.
Yeah. This one's
Pause
for the
that. Let me
queens.
pause that up. All right. Leave 'em broke, I think, by Ghost. Another jam. So welcome, everybody. This is going to be an excellent show, of course. And so let's get this started. Welcome, Deontay. Good seeing you in the mix. Let's get this party started right now with a little warm up. Here we go.
Men are facing a big crisis right now. And whether we like to admit it or not, society has created millions of lonely and addicted men. There's a lot of discussion in the internet about male loneliness and how it is at an
I said what I said in the house. Good seeing you.
all-time high, with millions of opinions about it. So, what is causing this crisis to happen? If you identify as male, this video might give you some insights. As we make our way through this video, even if you don't identify as male, consider your father, brother, partner, and friends. If you've ever wondered why they act the way they do, we hope this video in the comment section will give you some insight. So is there a rise in male loneliness, and where is it coming from? Let's find out. Disclaimer, this is not to say that only men experience loneliness and that women do not, nor to say one's experience is worse than the other. The truth is, both men and women can struggle with loneliness.
Right now, we're talking about men, though. Let's break it down. Here we go.
But the reasons and ways they experience it can vary. This video focuses on male loneliness, and we will cover female loneliness in another video.
Right. To me, male loneliness, the problem is that male loneliness can get kind of dangerous at times, as you can see. So we're going to break it down into a lot of different little stacks. I got a lot of surprises for everybody out there. Let's keep this going. Here we go.
Also, the views expressed here are based on personal opinions and experiences and may not reflect everyone's perspective. Please consider them as one viewpoint among many. Defining loneliness. What makes a person lonely? It really depends on who you ask. According to a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, men and women define loneliness differently.
Yep,
Men,
they sure do. They sure do. Men are lonely when they don't have other men around them.
loneliness meant a lack of groups, whether that's a group of friends or a community to be part of. For women, loneliness was more dependent in their dyadic relationships with romantic partners. That doesn't mean that men don't feel lonely when they don't have a romantic relationship. What this tells us is that when men report loneliness, it shouldn't be disregarded as romantic loneliness, but rather a lack of people and support in numerous areas, including friendship and even family. So as we make our way through this video, think of the men in your life. Where is all of this loneliness coming from, and why men? Researchers Dr. D4vd Tyler and Dr. Marley Bauer found numerous causes or contributors to male loneliness. Their article, published in BMC Public Health, listed increased social isolation, romantic partnership disillusion.
Now, here's my breakdown of loneliness. What happened is this is really you got, or I should say you have, let me use proper grammar today. You have a vicious circle where a lot of men, if you haven't noticed, are quite repulsive. But what's funny is they still want to feel like they are a part of a group. And a lot of reasons why they want to feel that way is because they need some sort of group to control. And they cannot control a group if there's nobody around them to control. And these types of men that think like this usually fall under like a sociopath or a narcissist or something like that, are repulsive to other people. So by natural state of their mindset, they repulse a lot of people. So they start making things up, making reasons why they're lonely. Let's break it down even more. Here we go. Right now, here we go.
Having a long-term disability, and stronger beliefs that men should be the breadwinners of the household as features that were associated with increased loneliness. They also mentioned something that is extremely important yet increasingly rare amongst younger men: job security. Job security can give us hope for our relationships, money to support these relationships, and even a means to build new relationships.
So just think about it right here. He's talking about just men in general, but in the Black community, job security is even a larger issue. But the slight difference between, let's say, the Black community and the white community is it's expected in the white community that you are going to be self-sufficient. In the Black community, it's not necessarily like that. That's why a lot of Black men either, stay with their mothers or they stay with a girlfriend and the girlfriend pays all the bills. Remember when what's his name came out with he pays the light bill, that makes him worth something. Remember that one?
It is also an important contributor to the positive self-image of men. Without a stable job and a steady income, how could they even afford to see their friends or take someone out on dates? Without a salary and a way to contribute to society, a man calls his own value into question. Loneliness isn't gendered, but men and women do face different challenges when it comes to loneliness. Men struggle to express their loneliness. Many men would talk about the weather.
They express it. They just express it in a very different and definitely negative way many times. Women are just more open with communicating about their feelings in general. I don't think that's a stereotype. I think it's really a strength, while men don't. In fact, it gets to the point where you have men climbing on roofs and pew-pewing at other people.
Or admit to other struggles like addiction, rather than admitting to being lonely. If you've seen a lot of videos or memes about male loneliness, you might think that men actually talk about their loneliness a lot. It's important to remember that social media is not real life, and expressing anguish anonymously on the internet does nothing to ease it. In an effort to feel seen and heard, Men can gravitate towards manosphere internet personalities. This isn't always helpful because these personalities are often limited to parroting the struggles of lonely men.
Exactly. That's the main thing I need to break down to a lot of the dudes out there. Right now, if you're running over to a manosphere channel and he's just telling you things that you want to hear so you seem normal, then you should be very careful, because this is what's going down. He's telling you somebody else, there's something wrong with somebody else, right? He's saying that it's women's fault, your third grade teacher's fault. He's telling you it's your baseball coach fault. He's telling you it's your football coach, but it's never your problem, right? It's never you, right? They've already ruined you. They're already ruining you by telling you that, because at the end of the day, other people like to be around other cool people, unless they're other toxic people. Now, if you want to be around other toxic people, going to one of those manosphere channels is a perfect thing. But if you want to be around people who are actually looking to nurture life and live a positive life, then you're not going there.
Rather than providing practical help, romanticize.
Yeah, and it's so easy to give practical help. Like, fellas, how about this? Dress nicely. You'd be surprised how many men do not dress nicely. I was at work today with some coworkers and they dress. I mean, I don't even dress like on point, but they was just like bums, in a place that you don't want to look like a bum. I'll say that much. So here we go. Let's break it down some more. Here we go.
Sizing loneliness. With the perceived rise in male loneliness, there has also been a rise in media that reflects this change. Movies like Her and Blade Runner 2049 are cultural touchstones for how some men see themselves. The protagonists in these films are deeply lonely men who try to embrace their emotions but can only share these feelings with manufactured love interests.
Wait a minute. Let's be specific here. Okay, in Blade Runner, he wasn't really a man, but I understand what he's saying, but I'm just clearing it up. In Blade Runner, the star of the movie was actually playing, a robot. There was a fancy name for him, but let's just call him a robot for now. So let's keep that going. We got to keep the facts going on. You know what I mean?
To some men, that might sound extremely familiar. Even before the pandemic trapped everyone indoors, the computer was a lot of men's only hope for connection. Porn replaced sex, and video games replaced real human interaction. With movies and TV shows centering around people who long for true interaction, that pain seemed to mean something. Now, men see these romanticized versions of loneliness not only as something they relate to, but as something they can use.
Let me break something down too. Let me tell you something. Women get along with other women on an honest level way better than men get along with other men. Don't get me wrong, though. My theory about men wanting men is still true. But women have more real relationships with each other, in my opinion, from my experience, than men do. Men, it's like you can have a group of men, right? And if a woman walks by, well, let's put it this way. A man will hit two men who have been buddies, friends, right? I remember this from high school. And one of my best buddies, ended up chasing after a lady friend of mine. And so it just shows you that there's really a low level of, what would you call it, trust between men. And it plays out today. Let's bring it up today. Half of those YouTube / more so hip hop beefs, they're about women. They're about women. Friend, they could be those two dudes chasing after, I think there were two dudes who were chasing after Hallie, right? They was cool before. But since they're chasing after the same woman, now they're not cool anymore. And that can be about, this can be about any other thing too. Like those dudes who are going to prison. Who is it? Young Thug and his best buddy are not buddies no more because one guy doesn't want to go to jail for the rest of his life, which you cannot blame him for. So they're beefing now. Yeah, so the bro code, yeah. Cyber Dreams, you're right. The bro code is a myth. Let's Plateau, good seeing you in the house. Cyber Dreams in the house. I said what I said. Deontay's in the house. Good seeing everybody. Here we go.
Sometimes this turns into motivation, fuel for the gym, or other methods of self-improvement. For other men...
Right. This is what everybody should be doing, is self-improvement. Now, you don't have to lift weights and all the time because that doesn't make a difference. There's a guy who lifts weights all the time, but he tells men to still be toxic. I think his name is Steph is Cool. In my opinion, he tells people, he teaches men how to be toxic and in some ways creepy. Instead of saying, yeah, lift, make yourself a valuable guy, right? Make yourself into a valuable man and then let your quality do the work for you. He's all into like manipulating women into doing this and that. I can understand not, teaching men not to, overly chase after women and stuff. I can understand that. But these red pill dudes, they just go too far. Let me play a little bit more. So I said all that I said. So it's okay for men as friends to chase the same woman. No wonder there's no trust. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what happens. That's why really, there's a lot of, people out there that are just fake friends. And when the rubber hits the road, things break down.
Of self-improvement. For other men, loneliness only makes them feel cast out and rejected. Not only by potential romantic partners, but by society as a whole. Technology. We all want different things in life, but technology like social media can project an ideal of success that we all feel like we should meet.
Yeah, it does, but we're going to go forward.
3% of black men experience.
Okay, here we go.
Love you guys, appreciate it. A lot of interesting comments there. So yeah, let's get straight into it, man. You seen the title?
Yeah, let's get it right. Let's get straight into this. Let's get straight up into this. Here we go.
So just a quick disclaimer again. I know this video is about black male loneliness, and I'm very much aware that loneliness is something that affects all people of all genders or races or backgrounds. It's not something that specifically affects black people, but I am a black male. So I'm going to talk about my experience as a black male. If that offends you for some reason, I want you to question that. Why does that offend me? Why am I upset about that? And I'll leave that to you. Other than that, let's get to the video. Okay, so if I'm being honest, I can count my close friends on one hand, maybe even less than a hand. And I know I'm not the only one.
Well, and that's okay. That's okay because quality is better than quantity.
Because a lot of us black men, we hit our like mid-20s to 30s and we realize that that brotherhood that we thought would always be there just isn't there anymore. And I was thinking recently, like, why is that? Like, why do so many of us end up isolated even though we grew up surrounded by so many different people? Well, this stat kind of put it into perspective for me. So in the UK, around 27% of men report to having no close friends. And as black men are disproportionately affected by mental health challenges, with around 23% of black men experiencing some form of common health problems compared to around 17% of white British men. It kind of just put things into perspective for me. Like, there's clearly something that is different with the black experience when it comes to loneliness than the white experience, for example. So today I want to kind of go it further into depth and really dig deep and understand why this is. Because I want to talk about why so many black men in the UK are kind of losing their friendships as we get older. Because, beneath the Insta reels and group chat jokes, there's real pain there. And understanding it is the first step to fixing it. So let's understand it. So I think a good place to start is like childhood, like the difference between childhood, brotherhood, and then that adult kind of isolation or the adult.
I'm going to pause right there for a minute because I have something to break down. I think a lot of the problems that we have in our situation, this is the American community, not the British community, is that basically our priorities are all messed up. The key is that a lot of men in our community value other things than friendship. Yeah. They value other things than friendship. Friendship is there's money, there's clout, there's trying to get clout, there's, you know, men like wanting manhood representation, your what would you call it? Your reputation. Those actually, to a lot of men in our community today, is way more important than friendship, good friendships, which is very counterproductive. You want a good example? Look at Diddy. He burned so many bridges. You cannot fathom how many bridges he's burned. Henry Mars in the house. Henry Mars is up in the house. So basically that's the one thing. I mean, and if it's, especially when it starts at a younger age, you run into a situation where you literally make yourself unfriendly. That every time that you interact with somebody, you're trying to get something from somebody. You're either trying to gain control, money, clout, you know, and along clout, I guess clout mixes in with reputation. You're trying to get whatever, and it may not even be a good reputation, you know? And so there's an issue with that from the beginning. And basically a lot of people, it's all bad. So if you cannot establish friendships, you cannot really establish earnest relationships. That's the key. And then what happens is that men, and it's funny because I remember a long time ago, I was in a live stream with one of my favorite content creators, and she had some dude on there. And I asked dude, so can you be you can't be a friend with, a woman. You just can't be their friend. Just can't be a friend. And he said, no. And he said it bluntly. And he said it with honesty, that he just sees women. He didn't know he was saying it, but he just sees women as an object for his sexual gratification. That's all he sees them for. And so the way he said it, like it was normal, like being a friend with a woman to him, and just a friend, just a platonic friend, he saw that as being simpish. And he's probably not alone in that thinking. I bet he was lonely. I bet he was very lonely. I bet he's a lonely man now, because basically, think about it. All you see people for, women and men, I believe he does, women and men, is simply for what he can get from them. That's it. What you can get. Not about, hey, let's hang out. Let's drink a couple, glasses of milk, go to the gym, work out a little bit, and just have a chat and leave it at that. Not trying to get nothing from nobody. That's not how things are built these days. I like that warped ideology. Yeah. That's how they think. That's why it's so bad. I mean, it's like this. It's not like the way he said it, the way dude said it. he said it in a way that it was just normal between him and his compadres. That's just the way they roll. That's just what they do. So yeah, that was really a trip to me. So let's break it down even deeper now. I'm going to skip over Umar for now. We're going to use him for later, but you gotta hear that. Here we go.
Now, I come across this video here. I first saw it on TikTok,
of course.
and I said, "Oh, here."
I gotta play me some Pretty Black Magic. See, look, one of the best in that out there. So here we go, everybody.
Here we go. This Magilla Harambe Flavor Flav looking something got the nerve to hop up here, talking bad about black women as usual. Look at him. I told you, it is always an unattractive.
Exactly, Henry Mars. Exactly. They lack critical thinking skills. Yeah, Pretty Black in the house.
Flavor Flav looking something got the nerve to hop up here, talking bad about black women as usual. Look at him. I told you, it is always an unattractive, dark-skinned dude with the struggle braids, with the funny-looking face.
Struggle braids.
As hell. Don't have nothing, don't own nothing, don't control nothing, don't contribute to nothing, nothing. Don't have a pot to piss in, no window to throw it out of. And look like they in some little hotel room somewhere with his white tea woman, and he had the nerve to say, black women stink. I can smell the black bitch's hair. Well, I have smelled the white woman's hair, and a lot of them don't wash and they don't bathe. Why don't y'all never talk about that? Your preferences have hopped up on this app and they said, we don't take baths. And I said, oh, we already know that. I have smelled a white woman before. Matter of fact, when I was at the Walmart grocery store the other day, big 6 foot tall blonde lady with thin, stringy hair, looked like she ain't took a bath in a while. Walked by, and oh my God, when I say that lady smelled like musty, mayo, and perfume all rolled up into one, and a few other things I can't mention, that's what she smelled like. And I said, ooh.
Okay, let me pause it right there. Let me get it. Okay, she starts to play right there. You got to go to her channel to see, to listen to her commentary, the rest of the commentary. Right there. I think.
Your ass are goofy.
Wait, let me go back.
I'm going to come out and march and protest for you. And I said, no. Next time the cops come, take you out, the boys in blue come do their job, George Floyd. Don't look for me to get out there and march and protest for you. So let's play this video right quick.
Real hell, okay? Ain't no trash, ain't no must, ain't no stanky ass hell. That's real. What you talking about? Your ass are goofy.
And what's funny is they're both alcoholics. They're both alcoholics. So yeah, he sounds like a prize to me.
Them black bitches, do you know that they shit, them braids under them tracks and shit, that shit be stanking. Man, you ever smelt a black bitch head? Or you'll throw up.
Oh, it looks like we got a high value man right here. Oh man, see.
Hey, look.
You're diabolical.
I told your stupid ass, you keep playing with me, you was gonna be mad about me. I told.
Oh no! I mean, everybody's gonna be mad about him. I mean, look at him. I mean, what, they're in a hotel room together, or a single studio together. Wow, he's really, what, ladies, you're missing out. You're missing out. You are missing out on it. I'm sorry. You're missing out right here.
I told you, G. Your ass treated me like shit, my girl. Shit. How done them? What you talking about? What? Fuck is you talking about? Yeah. Again, how real?
Did you know that this Caucasian woman is high as AF? Look.
Redhead, real. Titties, real. Body, real. She's real. What you mean? Thanks, car.
I hate
Smile
to
for me,
say
baby.
this, bro, but you know, never mind.
Fuck is you talking?
And wait a minute. You see she didn't smile because she got a busted grill. Hair real, face card don't decline. Well, my hair is real too, and it comes to the middle of my back. And I know I look way better than this thing here on my screen. I swear to God, they be picking up with the most unattractive busted can of biscuits, and all because they have white skin. They swear to God that they are the most beautiful women. Why don't y'all never get the ones that look like, let's say, Marilyn Monroe, a Pamela Anderson type or something? It's always this here. This girl is overweight, out of shape, raggedy, red hair, and she still didn't smile. I need to see them teeth.
Talking about hell yeah. Fuck. Real hell.
So he's basically saying that this particular Caucasian woman is better than black women. I mean, it would have been a debate if she was like, you know, in shape or whatever, maybe personalities matched, whatever. This woman is high, he's high. That's the end of that's basically the middle of their, you know, relationship. I said what I says they get the rejected leftovers. Pretty much so.
Okay, ain't no tracks, ain't no must, ain't no stanky.
Real hair, no tracks, ain't no must. I don't know about that. Like I said, every day you see one of these preferences hop up on here and they say that they don't take baths. So if you don't take baths, most likely you're not washing your hair.
Yeah, he looks like he doesn't, and he hasn't taken a shower or a bath for a week.
So like I said, these dudes here, they have mental and emotional problems that can't be fixed. He's mad at some black woman, and I guess he said, I'm going to come on here with a white woman, and I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to show you what I got.
Right. He's flossing with failure. He's straight up flossing with failure.
Like Trailer Park Becky. And bottom of the barrel Tyrone. A match made in heaven. You see how she's sitting around.
That's what I'm saying.
Snickering and laughing while he's going in on black women. That's what these non-black women do. And this is why when they had them biracial kids and those kids come out dark with nappy hair looking like this dude on my screen, them kids suffer. I have seen this many, many times before. So you can sit up there and laugh and ha ha he he. Guess what? Tyrone got something up his sleeve for you. Yeah. What is that thing they call it? Preference to baby mama pipeline? Yeah. Yep. Well, when he drop a baby off and leave you, you'll be on this internet hollering about black man ain't nothing. He left me a single baby mama. Now I'm struggling.
Yeah, that's Jenny Mai. Basically.
Yada, 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 and this and this and that. Or.
Yep. But we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going, y'all. We are going to keep it going. I'm going to save Umar for later. But this is a perfect example right here.
Y'all, LiAngelo Ball just pulled the wildest move. He's officially back with Miss Nikki after divorcing Rashida, and the internet is spiraling. Just last month, Rashida popped out with a full baby bump, and Gilo was in her comments saying he was locked in for life. A week later, he filed for divorce, and now he's back with Nikki, the same woman he left for Rashida.
So he cheated on Nikki with Rashida and cheated on Rashida with Nikki, a so-called high-value man. What a hoe. I mean, the thing is this, a lot of people, they try to make the hoe word only, you know, for women. But mathematically, if you look at the numbers, men out-hoe women by 3 times. Men hoe out. So men are the real hoes. I'm sorry, fellas, we out hoe women. Just because you name calling and calling women hoes doesn't make you, you know, right or accurate. Here's a perfect example. I bet both women were quite loyal to LiAngelo Ball, and he's going out here banging literally anything with a pulse. or anything with, you know, whatever.
Rashida. Fans are torn. Some are cheering Nikki on, others are calling it toxic. One comment said, going back to a man who left you for someone else is crazy. But Nikki, she's not worried about opinions she's getting.
So basically, yeah. That's basically the male hoedom going on. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, this is the male 304 segment of this live stream. So anyway, yeah. So he left her and then got back with her after telling her he wasn't going to get married. He literally told her point blank during a live, like a live interview, "Oh, I'm not going to marry you," and he ain't going to marry her. Basically, he's watch later on. He's just going to end. He's never going to settle down ever. You can't get rid of that kind of hoedom, you know, male hoedom at his age. You just can't. You just can't do it. So basically, he's a candidate for a man who doesn't have any friends because he doesn't have any loyalty towards anybody. That's basically what's going down. And then this happens.
You want to be a cheap nigga, right?
What?
Right?
What are you calling me?
Oh, what are you doing? Recording?
Yep. Yo, TikTok, I need your opinion on this situation.
Wait, let me play it again.
You want to be a cheap nigga, right?
What?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You didn't hear that, did you? Y'all didn't hear it. Let me put it on the screen too, so you can hear it. And let me pump up the volume just a little bit more. Here we go.
Right?
What are you calling me?
Oh, what are you doing? Recording? You want to be a cheap nigga, right?
What?
Right?
She used the hard ER.
What are you calling me?
Oh, what are you doing? Recording?
Yep. Yo, TikTok, I need your opinion on this situation, right? So I dated this white girl, and I guess she was racist, right? So like really racist, like extremely racist. I would love to show y'all a screenshot, but I would get banned for showing y'all a screenshot of the shit that used to get told to me. But like, so Shorty keep fucking with black men after me. Mind you, she never fucked with black men before me. I was like the first black man she fucked with. But she's racist, bro. Like she still calls me that word to this day. Like she be texting my phone randomly just to call me that shit. But like, if you hate black people so much like you say, then why do you keep fucking with them? Like that shit don't make no sense to me. I've been trying to figure it out, but I just dead can't, bro. All I know is I'm about to start knocking on white girls because y'all gonna stop saying that word and think it's just sweet.
So let me get this straight, man.
So basically, yeah, this dude right here dating a woman that threw out the hard ER. I mean, anyway, did he stay with her or did he leave her? Let's see.
This day, like she be texting my phone randomly just to call me that shit. But like, if you hate black people so much like you say, then why do you keep fucking with them? Like that shit extremely racist. I would love to show y'all a screenshot, but I would get banned for showing y'all a screenshot of the shit that used to get told to me. But like, so Shorty keep fucking with black men after me.
I thought they was better, bro. I thought they was like, a step up from black women. That's what you keep telling us. What's wrong? What's wrong with that, bro? You know, that's just a part of the game. Just play along, bro. Just play along with it, bro. You're supposed to, when she uses a hard ER and you just laugh a little bit, do a little dance for her, you know. That's I mean, you're gonna turn around and say, oh, black women are this or black women are that. But then you start, and don't get me wrong, there are some wonderful women of every race. But the funny thing is that a lot of these black men, as you've seen, don't choose those wonderful women. They choose women that don't even like them, as this man has said. Now we're going to break into the where we were, last live stream. Here we go.
To anyone who wants to write off groypers or the alt-right or black pillars.
Let me pause that for a minute. I need to drop this down just a bit. So we're back to the groyper conversation we were having last week.
You're just incels. You just hate women. I appreciate the energy, but I don't think you understand the full picture here. You know, incels are not the end, right? There are steps after that. Yes, at some point they may have hated women, and I'm sure they still do, but it's not about that anymore to them. They are not just jealous that they don't have a relationship. Not really, not anymore. And this whole black pill, fashy, third way politics is rooted in lots of depression and hatred and apathy, coding everything, fairly indiscriminately. And a core thought loop is this. They feel
And just to let you know, this is more than likely why Charlie passed away. I'm going to
feel like failures. They feel alone. A lot of them, like the Charlie Kirk suspect, are probably college dropouts or struggling in high school or struggling to make friends or struggling to feel anything or to care because of depression.
i.e. lonely.
So their minds try to rationalize this. They seek communities that try to rationalize this. And they're trying to give each other support from the same mindset. And the conclusion they all reach is, it's okay, you're not missing out on anything anyway. They don't want to feel like failures, so they delegitimize external factors. It's no big deal, it's no big loss, it's all fake anyway, it doesn't matter. This helps them cope because they don't have the social emotional skills to succeed or to deal with how sad it feels to fail. So over
Exactly. And let me show you why this is true. Listen to this.
So I grew up with Charlie Kirk. I went to high school with him. I'm not someone who knew him too much as an adult or long afterwards, but I was.
This guy says he has a story about Charlie Kirk growing up. I don't know if it's true. It's still up. He hasn't been sued that I know of. And this is what he says Charlie was like in high school.
Let's keep going. Here we go.
Some people would like to know.
I was around him a lot in high school, roughly from 2009 to 2011. And he was my bully. So I did not have a great opinion of him, really. But I will say this.
Yep, so he was a bully. Oh, a great start. A great start. A bully like a lot of other people.
Something changed. He was always kind of a pain to be around in high school. At least from my perspective, it was really relentless. But he wanted to go to West Point really, really, really badly. And he got rejected. I'm pretty sure it was the only school he applied to, and he got rejected. And after that happened, he would go around Wheeling High School, and anyone that would talk to him, he would say that it was some imaginary black person that took his spot. And that just set him off. And I think that was the only way that he could rationalize in his mind that he was not good enough for West Point.
That's pretty much, it is what it is. Tiffany, it's good seeing you in the mix. Good to see you. And this is a lot of let's just put it, men put a lot of value into success. And Charlie simply wasn't good enough for West Point. He just didn't have what it takes. And this is this is basically when he was a high schooler. So basically this is who he was.
Like, don't get me wrong. He would go around telling like Jews that they were going to hell. He would say to the Latino kids and to the black kids, like, to go back to their countries, and like completely unprompted, bonkers stuff. He was like 16.
And so his hatred started early.
16 when he was saying this stuff, but it really went to 11. Like after he got rejected, just something happened. And I think that was the only way he could rationalize it. Do with that what you will, but he just couldn't handle that he got rejected. He couldn't possibly imagine that it was just bizarre. And like, this week has not been fun, but that is a memory that is distinctly coming back. And to a lot of us that like went to Wheeling High School with them, it's just, it was weird, man.
That pretty much says it all right there. I mean, I'm not, quite honestly, I don't know. I know dudes like Charlie, but I don't know Charlie. I went to school with dudes like Charlie, but I don't know Charlie. But I definitely went to school with guys like Charlie. And they're evil beyond approach. And it's funny because people, they're getting mad, kind of like they did with Kevin Samuels, that people were talking ill of Kevin Samuels. Remember that? And people are saying the thing, how are you going to say something bad about a person who just passed away? But this person did the same thing.
Top Republicans reject any link between GOP rhetoric and Paul Pelosi assault. Of course you should reject any link. Why is the Republican Party, why is the conservative movement to blame?
Tonight, sources tell us the suspect, 42-year-old David DePape, carried zip ties and duct tape with him, an eerie parallel to the Capitol riot when some entered the building with zip ties. In another parallel, police have said the suspect yelled, "Where's Nancy?" when he entered the house.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and here goes Charlie opening his mouth, and a wormhole comes out, just flinging nonsense at the viewers.
Why? You know what I found, though? A lot of, and I'm talking a lot of regular white people, not like liberals or anything like that, don't like this guy. They do not like Charlie. They do not like this guy. It's almost like that person, you would have to almost have like an extreme mindset to really like Charlie.
Why is the Republican Party, why is the conservative movement to blame?
Quite honestly, I just think he's personally an a-hole using the conservative party to hide behind. Unfortunately, like a lot of people. This is, a lot of people have to understand there are the conservative party is very granular. That's why before a black person could be conservative, but they weren't like Charlie. They weren't like Charlie. Now they're the black men who are trying to hide behind conservatism, but they do weird shit that's not conservative. Conservative means you're supposed to be exactly that in a way. You don't spend a lot of money. You want, picket fence, house, that kind of shit, and you're happy, and believe it or not, a lot of liberals are that way. A lot of people who say they are liberal are actually have conservative values, in my opinion, when it comes to real life experiences. What I mean is that there are some people like, no, don't speed down this road. Even though they might vote liberal, they don't go speeding. They don't go. There's the political conservative, and then there's the real life conservative, where people are saying, you'll find equals on both sides. Like you'll find people who are very conservative on the way they spend money. And I guarantee you, right down the middle, it's going to be liberal and conservative. I think really they need to think of a different name, and make a different group. You can say yourself, you want to be Trumpian or Trumpservative or something. That would make more sense for a lot of people, because a lot of conservative people, I can see them feeling a little bit constrained, because it's like, wait, I'm supposed to like Charlie? Some guy that was a bully in school, a guy that, has no problem insulting other cultures. That a lot of conservative people ain't down with that. But unfortunately, hey, there we go.
Or gay schizophrenic nudists that are hemp jewelry makers breaking into somebody's home, or maybe not breaking into somebody's home. Why are we to blame for that exactly?
Here's the thing. First off, they have a lot of interest in the idea that this guy was a nudist and used hemp to make jewelry, both of which are not indicative of mental illness. It may not be your thing, but he's not breaking any laws. But they use as some layer of nonsense to make it seem like the attacker couldn't have possibly been a right-winger because of hemp jewelry. I'm not buying that.
And why is he still in jail? Why has he not been bailed out?
42-year-old David DePape had zip ties and duct tape in his bags as he broke into the Pelosi home through a back door early Friday morning. Police say the suspect's intended target was the House Speaker herself.
Oh, Nancy! Nancy!
Similar to the alleged suspect, some rioters carried zip ties, hoping to find lawmakers and take them captive. Authorities now combing through the suspect's social media pages, some allegedly showing multiple false conspiracy theories about the 2020 election.
By the way, if some amazing patriot out there in San Francisco or the Bay Area wants to really be a midterm hero, someone should go and bail this guy out. I bet his bail's like $30,000 or $40,000. Bail him out and then go ask him some questions.
Second, Charlie Kirk just asked viewers, describing them as amazing patriots, to bail out someone who committed serious acts of violence against a member of the government. Please let that sink in. I know there's a lot that gets tossed at us on a daily basis, but just think about that.
Yeah, so basically the thing is this is my goal tonight is to make other people understand that Charlie may have not been such a nice person to everybody. He wasn't such a nice person to everybody. And you're not seeing me pin Charlie against black men and having a race conversation. We're talking about other white men giving you their feelings or their experiences with Charlie. Or we should say his memory. Now, here's the kicker. Charlie has twins. And one of them is Kevin Samuels. Oh, you don't think so? This is what you can do. Take his rhetoric and compare it to the rhetoric that the late Kevin Samuels used to say. Take their histories together. If you look back in Kevin Samuels' history, you will not see somebody who was successful until recent. If you look back in Charlie's history, you will not see somebody who was very successful until recently. They are, and what they are successful in is not any real, knowledgeable, usable content or information. It's shit talking. It's shit talking. Whether different targets, same shit talk. I guarantee you Kevin Samuels will probably have Charlie on his show. I'm dead serious. Same twins with different skin color. That's it. Mentally, they're pretty much the same. Let's move forward here. And it's not just Kevin. It's not just Kevin. Check this guy out.
Now I understand why we never seen Charlie Kirk, MAGA's new messiah. Why we never seen him, really debating any seasoned vets that's out here. He always wanted to go to college campuses and try to debate with,
This is hilarious to me, and I'll tell you why. This gentleman right here talks about black women like y'all ain't nothing. Yet he has an issue with Charlie. It should teach him something. It should really teach him something. It's like, oh, now I see why I'm crap. I'm Charlie. He should be saying, you know, I'm just like Charlie. This should be an epiphany for this dude. I'm not going to say his name because why? And the sad part is, it's bad enough that black women have to deal with biggity, you know, men of other races. But black men are just competing with them and winning as far as bigotry is concerned. Let me play something here.
College kids. And not nobody that's seasoned in any kind of conversation about America, black Americans in particular, right? He always try to go debate somebody like that. And this video right here that we're going to check out is the prime reason why he didn't do this, because Charlie Kirk got cooked by a young college student. Let's go ahead and check this out.
I want to talk a little bit about his policy on DEI, as you know, in his first week.
I'm going to stop it right here, and I'll tell you why. That man who was just on the screen, let me put him back on the screen, does not like black women, does not even like exoticals. Go over there and listen to his regular rhetoric that's not about politics and shit. And he's got a lot of it. He was friends with Kevin. He was Kevin's pal. He was Kevin's buddy. But he thinks he's different. Check this one out.
Known racist, proud racist, white supremacist, white nationalist, Nick Fuentes, calls Jason Whitlock a token. Jason has an interesting response. Here it is.
And by the way, you are a token. Hey, Jason, you're a token. You are in conservative media as a black guy that can confer upon white people the dignity of not being called a racist for having their views. That's why you get paid. And that's why I don't, because I didn't have the privilege of being born black. I was born white. So there's a limit.
So here's a funny thing. And I think you remember when I think it was a comedian who said, I am, there's not one white person in this, audience that would actually trade places with me, and I'm rich. And it was I forgot his name, but a black comedian, very good. Will Smith and slapped him. But anyway, let's listen to more of what this dude is saying.
On what I can say. There's a limit on what I can say without being penalized in the so-called free marketplace of ideas.
Chris Rock. Exactly. Chris Rock.
And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows. And everybody's sick of it, especially in the conservative space, that blacks have had it easy.
Okay, I tell you what. I tell you what, Nick. Round up all your friends, right? And they're all white, of course. And let's trade places for a year. Jobs, cars, let's all trade places. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes if we have it so easy. And this is dangerous rhetoric, but it's the same kind of dangerous rhetoric that black men use on black women as well. Because if you've noticed, they say something similar. They'll say something like, and I don't mean black men in general, really red pill black men. Black men in general do not just say the rhetoric. Basically, it's like this. Everybody when you're a loser, When you're a loser, everybody's doing, is privileged. Everybody is like, has it better. That's what you always find out. Here we go.
Whoa. Now, I got to say, this hell must have frozen over because about 50% of what that racist SOB said is true about Jason Whitlock. I do disagree with the other 50%. That's just his bogus bigotry talking. But Jason Whitlock, the man has made a career out of being the antithetical voice as it relates to Black America. He's the Black guy who will say the most extreme commentary against.
Right. What I would call it is in-word commentary. And what I mean is that you could put it, Jason Whitlock is basically saying the N-word without saying the N-word. He's just saying it more eloquently to his audience, and they're eating it up. And it's the same thing that Kevin did and Phil did and all the red pill do. They find a target and they basically attack
Black folk in America and beyond. So they roll him out when they need that particular opinion. But there's more. Here it is.
You are playing by a different set of rules, pal. You have training wheels on. You think you've earned it? Everything you have. Take a look around at your studio, your contract, your employees. If you said the stuff that you said as a white person, your ass would be gone. And everybody knows that. You're on Blaze hosting E. Michael Jones talking about the Jews. It's a good thing you're Black, because if you weren't, you would have been fired like Elijah Schaffer. Look at everything around you, because you did not compete to get that. You got it because people feel sorry. People don't want to be called racist. They feel sorry. They need a Black person to give them credibility.
I say we give them boxing gloves and let them figure this out together. Put it up full mass. This is an ironic situation, ladies and gentlemen, because basically,
at the very least,
both of them are racist against Black people. Okay. This feud started over Whitlock taking issue with what Fuentes tweeted about Whitlock blaming Black culture for crimes. All right, this is a traditional go-to line for both Fuentes and Whitlock, okay? So Fuentes tweeted, quote, "So tired of hearing that Black crime is caused by Black culture."
The kicker part, Nick is Mexican American. Exactly. There you go. Boom.
For some reason,
or half at least half.
Music doesn't make white people steal cars and shoot people. It only works on Black people, sarcastically. In another tweet he wrote, "Just another in a long list of excuses. Leftists blame it on racism and poverty. Conservatives blame it on culture and godlessness. Blacks create the same culture from LA to Baltimore, from Haiti to London, from Sudan to South Africa."
Darnell says, that's what I was talking about last week, DJ Torch. Black conservatives are being used as pawns on a chessboard.
South African. From prehistory to now, it's race. And that's what a racist would say, okay? Whitlock would respond to the tweets with, quote, "You're every bit as godless and as stupid as your critics say. You're Ray Epps 2.0, point foolish believers into building what will burn them down for eternity. Many of the people captured by the wickedness of Black culture can claim ignorance. You know exactly what you're doing. Demon, The enemy is paying people on social media to promote racial division and conflict. The aftermath of Austin, Metcalf, Carmelo, Anthony is a psyop. Don't fall for it. Stand in the word. Rebuke any so-called believer not pointed to Christ. After that,
That's crazy. Shout out to Phoenix Soul in the house. Good seeing you. Darnell's in the house. Deontay's in the house. Here we go.
And before we go to what Fuentes said, Brother Whitlock, when you say Christ, are we referring to the white Jesus or the one of color?
I love it. I love it. So let's get into the goipers. Here we go. Let's remember last time we were talking about the goipers, and I believe we got to Cawthorn for a minute.
Conservatives have done everything in their power to make this shooter to be a left-winger, and their case in point evidence, their exhibit A, if you would, is the possibility that Tyler Robinson had a roommate and a relationship with a trans individual, as if that is something that is only germane to the left in this country.
Caitlyn Jenner, she was conservative. She's conservative. She was Caitlyn Jenner, very conservative, wants black people dead too.
Now, never mind all of the other evidence that shows that
was a joke, by the way.
He was in circles and in activities, dressing up like a Pepe meme, the frog, that is all much deeper associated with the right than it was ever associated with the left in this country. Never mind the growing up in a deep conservative culture. And it sounds like that he went even deeper into conservative culture, which then goes way beyond your traditional mainstream conservatism and into the world of groypers. And we have heard all weekend that this shooter must have been a leftist because of his trans relationship. But I want you to listen to this video.
But see, that's just a stereotype. That's just a stereotype, because there are a lot of men, conservative men, whether they are well known or not, that, you know, they have alternatives. Let's just put it that way. Perfect example, Madison.
Anti-LGBTQ plus Republican Madison.
Let me pause it right there. Is this a good time? Let me go ahead and drop the link. Let's talk about Madison. Let's give Madison his props. I mean, we need to get him back in the algorithm. You know what I mean? I mean, he's been hidden for so long. I mean, we got to get him in the mix, you know, so everybody can see him, you know, and so he can explain himself. Here we go.
Off on soft metrosexuals in his final toxic address. So while he was in Congress, Madison Cawthorn became known for his anti-LGBT views, and he used.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the one thing I find about red pill people. And yes, Madison is very red pill. Let's face it, he is. Okay. They're the biggest hypocrites ever, and you're about to find out. Here we go.
His final address, which I guess all politicians are afforded in the body where they serve, to attack young men as soft metrosexuals who need to reclaim their masculinity. And this gets into some pretty deep, common, anti-LGBTQ and anti-trans fear-mongering. Some good dog whistles here. Our young men are taught that weakness is strength, that delicacy is desirable, and that being a soft metrosexual is more valuable than training the mind, body, and soul. Social media has weakened us, siphoning our men of their will to fight. The U.S. is on a precipice of disaster, and wanted to ask the young men of this nation a question. Will you sit behind a screen while the storied tales of your forefathers become myth, or will you stand resolute against the dying light of America's golden age? Will you reclaim your masculinity?
Let me pause that for a minute. So she's reading off what dude was saying, Cawthorn. Right. Right. Here's Madison Cawthorn. Boys will be boys. Let me get this bigger. There we go. Wait, you guys can't see it. Let me pop this up. This is the dude who'd been talking all that shit about trans people. Turns out, now he's got other demons that are he needs to slay. I heard he was, he had a concern. There's a concern with substance abuse. Where does it say here? Let me find out. Let me bring it over here. Let me go back over here.
Anti-LGBTQ plus.
Okay, so we got that out of the way.
Again, Madison? Again? Madison Cawthorn arrested again.
He was going to be. He is the person that Charlie took the mantle, for. Same thing. Talked all that good game, that good bigotry game, if you can call it good. Well, things went kind of south for him.
Let's tell you why. According to Mediaite, former GOP Representative Madison Cawthorn, who is reportedly planning a political comeback. Well, hey. He was arrested for failing to appear in court. Cawthorn was first elected to the House in 2020. He was 25, lost in 2022, the Republican primary, after he ran afoul of congressional GOP leadership. Do you recall? No, Madison. Let's give you details of the latest arrest. He was arrested Wednesday in Cape Coral, Florida. Warrant issued in Collier County. Former lawmaker was due to appear in court after he was cited by police in Naples for driving without a license on August 19th. Cawthorn was released on a $2,000 bond. That arrest comes less than a week after Axios reported Cawthorn was angling to return to Congress.
Now, I have no problem. Here's the weird thing. Here's the weird thing to me. You would think that if, like, if your stick is to stick it to the LGBTQ, you probably don't want to dress up like this. I don't know. It might send a mixed signal to some people, it's like, basically that's all I'm saying is that, and there's nothing wrong with it as long as they're not talking shit about people, I said what I said. It's good seeing you on stage. Oh, yeah, I think your mic's muted.
Thank you. Hey, DJ Torch.
How you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How you doing tonight? I'm really enjoying this show.
I appreciate that.
It's a great show.
So, what are your thoughts on Madison or men like him?
I don't know what to think about them. To me, all of them, it's all about a grift for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all smoke and mirrors. It's all projection. They get out there and spew all this hate and talk about trans people and gay people and LGBT people and but in actuality that's who they are. But what it is they're using dog whistles and code words. They know exactly what words to use to rile up their base, to get the people to get on their sides. And Agent Orange, which is Trump, they do. He does the same thing. He's not a conservative Christian or any of that. To me, none of them are really Christians. They're just they're hide behind Christianity to get people on board, to get where they're trying to go and to grift off of people. Even Charlie Kirk, Nick Fuentes, all of them. They're just grifting off of the people, and so, in my opinion, they don't have any morals, values, or ethics. They'll say anything and everything just to get where they're to try to get where they're trying to go, or get some money put in their pocket. So that's what I think about them.
Well said. Very well said. Shout out to Miss Alto in the house. Yeah, I mean, basically, it's like there's a point where people have to understand. It's like, I know you want, like, a lot of people, they want to cheer for their own team or whatever, but a lot of people, it seems like, especially on the right, don't seem to understand that these guys are just jerks. And you gotta, if you want to have, you can have your different point of view, but why let the toxic people into the room too? That's what gets me.
Well, drama sells, and they've all figured out that social media is big. Okay, because they really wasn't paying social media that much of attention until Barack Obama was elected, and he used social media, to put himself out there and to get recognition. And they all figured that out after they saw him get elected. Baby, they ran to the masses. And they've been on social media spewing all kind of hate ever since. Half of them don't even believe what they're putting out there, but they understand it's red meat for the constituents, and they know that anytime you have any drama going on or fighting for whatever reason, Americans like a good fight, and they like confusion, and America, drama sells. And so they've all figured that out. So whoever can be the most outrageous, then that's who get most of the attention. So that's what I feel like that's what a lot of these people are doing. Now, some of them are authentic in their hatred, and some of them are authentic, whatever groups that they're in, Proud Boys, white supremacy, or Christian nationality, what is it called? Christian nationality?
Nationalists or whatever they are.
National Christians, or what, conservative Christian nationality. I did a live today on my second channel, and I showcased this lady. She's a white lady. She's an ex-white supremacist, and she sat there and she decoded everything that Stephen Miller was spewing out at Charlie Kirk's supposed to be memorial / Klan rally, is what I call it.
Mm-hmm.
And she decoded his whole speech. She sat there and decoded it all.
Yeah, I bet she did. I mean, I bet. Yeah, Oh, there we go. Christian nationalism.
Yeah,
okay.
Christian nationalism. Okay.
I'd like to welcome to the stage Deontay, Darnell, and I said what I said. But I said what I said. You have a channel?
Yeah, I have 2 channels. Yeah.
No, feel free to advertise.
Well, my first channel is I said what I said, and then the second channel is Waiting to Excel, and that's it's weird that you talk about the Red Pill Boys, because that was the reason why I launched the second channel, because I saw a lot of Red Pill guys on YouTube not displaying women in a nice way. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do a channel for women empowerment, to uplift women, because there's so many dudes on social media turn us down, especially Black women. So that's how that channel came into play. I've only had it, and I do it with another content creator, and we've only been doing it like 2 months.
Hey, we definitely, we got to get you going. We got to pump up that channel. So No need to ask. Just let me know. You can drop your link or whatever everywhere.
Well, I can't drop it. You have to be a moderator to drop it in the chat. You know, a regular person can't just put their channel in the chat unless you're a moderator.
Oh, unless you're a moderator. Okay, wait, let me. Hold on.
I can put them in the back chat, in the private chat, and then you can, put them in there. But I can't drop them per se.
Hold on one second. Let me. Oh yeah, y'all can talk. Let me play around with this other computer for a minute. Deontay or Darnell, feel free to drop to drop some knowledge.
Good. Well, I'd help you out if I could, but I don't know about the drop the link. I am a moderator on the channel, but I'm not exactly that kind of tech savvy, I guess. Otherwise, I'd help you out if I could. But I just wanted to say, ma'am, I agree with a lot of what you had said, especially when you had said a lot of times, these so-called conservatives, they're really not Christian. They're just using, the Christian people, family values. I think it was proven when Bill Clinton, got caught in the Lewinsky affair, right? Republicans were fire and brimstone, and this is, goes against Christian values. It was a guy, man, I forget his name, but he owned Penthouse. Larry Flint, that was his name. Larry Flint. He offered $1 million to anyone that could get information on Republicans that were cheating on their wives, right? The very same ones that were talking about Christian values, this and that. Come to find out, Newt Gingrich, the Speaker of the House at the time, cheated on his wife. A lot of them did, and it's just sad. And these black conservatives, I mean, my God, they're the worst ones. Like, with Candace Owens, I mean, I don't know, she is just crashing out like you wouldn't believe. And it's sad because I used to respect Candace. I never agreed with her politics, but I had respect for her. I really did.
Yeah.
Now she just gone on the deep end.
What kind of respect are you having for Candace? Because I need to understand that.
I said I used to.
Oh, you used to. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she done. I don't know what the hell happened to that woman. She done lost it.
Dollar signs, because she was working with this. I forgot the name of the group. I think she was working with Charlie Kirk at one time. Remember they were working. What is it? Was it what was the name of? I can't remember.
I don't think it was Charlie Kirk. I think it was PragerU. Dennis Prager. I know she worked with him.
She was working with both. She was working with Candace is a mercenary. She'll do anything for these conservatives. I mean, I can't think of one conservative that she wasn't down with at any point. Like her and Bishop Pearl was best friends, but he's Jewish. He's gonna stand hard on his Judaism, not just the religion, but the ethnicity. So as soon as she said one thing about that, he bounced her up. But yeah, she was with Charlie Kirk. Definitely.
But it wasn't one thing though. With the Ben Shapiro, she doubled down and kept going. Ben tried to, give her a way out, and her stupid ass just couldn't figure that shit out.
No, I'm gonna tell you, Darnell, that is what I respected about Candace Owens, because I thought she was just gonna be a complete kiss ass. But for her to stand against Ben Shapiro to the point to where he fired her, and she said, "Okay, like I'm not gonna," because like you said, he gave her a chance. She said, "No, I'm standing on this." Now I think that she's very, what's the word, stubborn, because she's taking this thing all the way to the max with the French president's wife.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know you're a man and all this other stuff. Now I'm getting sued and this is an invasion. President Trump needs to bail me out. I mean, if I was President Trump, I would be like, bitch. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Woman, you need to don't bring my name in this. You did this. Take accountability. And that's the thing, with black conservatives, because I had an issue with accountability myself. I really did. Still, you know, hell, I still do, but hey, I'm a work in progress. But the thing is, it was black conservatives that taught me about accountability, and I noticed they never have accountability when they do something stupid. None.
Okay.
It's always
Question.
someone else's fault.
Okay. Question. I say what I said. Does your channel have like ISWIS on the top?
I don't think I have that. I put it in the back chat, in the private chat. So all you have to have to do is copy and paste it. But the show that I did today was on my second channel, my Waiting to Exhale channel.
Oh, okay.
With the lady that's explaining white supremacy.
Okay. Yeah. Either. Oh, okay. Let me check it out.
Yeah.
I see it.
You see the channels? Okay. And so that way you can just copy and paste them and put them in the chat that way. But I think to answer your question, sir, I think that Candace Owens is crashing out because she's being sued by the French, by Macron. He's suing her for making that false statement about his wife. And so now she's just going all ham. And the one thing that you said was Trump is not going to bail her out. Trump is not going to bail anybody out that he feels like is not beneficial to him.
Right.
The only people that's going to get bailed out is the people that's a threat to him, or that can tell a secret on him, or has a lot of money. Everybody except for Rudy Giuliani. I don't know what Giuliani did to him, but he just got to left him in the wind. And
I noticed that. I noticed that he had, like, Giuliani is still owe all his money,
paying big time to those people in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they taking all his coins.
Yeah, I mean, he been trying to hide everything. Talking about I'm broke.
Yeah,
I ain't got nothing. They keep finding more and more stuff. Nope, you got this.
Yeah, they're like, no, sir, no, we know where you have this money hidden in where was it at? Was it in the Cayman Islands or somewhere? He tried to hide his money overseas, and so they found out about that because all you have to have is a forensic accountant, and they can track your money down. You know, we do have all type of technology now, and so those lawyers, they know exactly what Giuliani is doing because he had a lot of money. But what I don't understand is, why is everybody allowing this dude to bring them down, like the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell? Everybody, most people are losing everything for this orange Jesus, is what they call him in Congress. This orange Jesus. Why I don't understand why everybody is putting it all on the line just for this one man.
This is just my opinion, but Trump represents something. No matter how you feel about him, he has a way. He is a great communicator. You know, he's like a Ronald Reagan or a Bill Clinton, where he has a way of communicating to the people, people in mass, and donations. Like, you got to remember, Donald Trump outraised both the Republican and Democratic parties combined by himself. And so you got to remember, these Republicans, they want power, same as anybody else. They want money, so they're going to get in there. A matter of fact, there was a woman, her name was Carrie Lake. She ran for governor. She lost, but she ran in when we had our governor election. And anyway, long story short, she was trying to powwow with Trump, going to Florida, this and that, and trying to get in his good graces, wanted him to. He called her a loser and like, woman, you need to get your ass back here in Arizona and actually campaign.
Well, she actually tried to pull his card. Also, she tried to say that her election was stolen and it was cheating and fraud, and she tried to play that Trump card, and it didn't work. And the reason why it works for Trump is because, number one, he'll unleash the masses on everybody. So everybody is afraid of him, first of all. And he know how to throw those dog whistles. And also he's a great marketer and brander. If he can't do anything else, we know he can't really speak and read, but he's a great brander, and he's a great marketer. He knows how to do marketing, and he knows how to do branding, and he understands that if you keep saying something, whether it's true or not, eventually it's gonna become true because it's repetition.
Yep.
And repetition works with branding.
You're
So
absolutely
he
right. I mean,
understand
even a broken clock is right twice a day. You know.
Well,
So
I think Trump is more than a. He's like a clock that's broke. He probably right about 6 times a day. But I'll tell you what's crazy is what you guys both right when you said it. He has the people. The people always. The people are the power. It's not the money. The money is just a tool for you to be able to move through life, so we don't gotta kill each other to try to get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? But the people are the power. That's why they all own him. Because, like you said, he says one positive thing about you: you win in your election, especially if you in the red state and it's red versus red. You know, Republican versus Republican. He said one negative thing about you: it's over with. He said that he told Jeb Bush he was low energy to his face, and that was it for Jeb Bush. The first debate, like, and he was one of the.
I remember. I remember that.
Yeah, they were like guaranteeing Jeb Bush was at least going to be a top 2 guy to fight for the candidacy. So Trump is really good. Like you say, it's not about him speaking as smooth as Barack or like Reagan or Clinton. It's his ability to off the cuff speak to people and make them feel like he's not trying to talk down to them like they don't know nothing. He talks it's like he talks on a regular person level. I mean, he don't even sound educated half the time. He making jokes. He's all over the place, you know. But I'm saying the people are the ones who decide, and they decided it was him. I mean, he even flipped the electorate. You had some Democrats who definitely voted for Trump in his last election. You know, because you can just tell by the way the election went. It was like he was just something completely opposite of what happened. This is what you get when you get 8 years of super liberal with Barack, and then you follow that with in between 4 years of super liberal with Biden. You get this reaction.
I disagree. That's not what happened. What happened was when Barack Obama got, in my opinion, when Barack Obama got elected, that scared the bejesus out of everybody. Okay. And then Trump allowed them to display their white supremacy out in public. He make them he give them permission to say and do what they want to say and act the way that they want to act and show their white supremacy without being ashamed and without it being against, without everybody just looking at you. In other words, he makes it okay for them to spew out whatever they want to spew out, all the hate and the supremacy and anything else that they want to spew out. And I watched his speech, and he was worse than Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller did a whole Hitler speech at this man's memorial, and Trump did a Mussolini speech, in my opinion. He got up there and he said that he hate his enemies. And we've never heard a president talk so brash and be so bold and not follow all of the rules. He's broken every norm that we're used to seeing. And so he's making it okay to be a criminal, and he's making it okay for them to not follow protocol and to not follow law and to just, be themselves. And so that's what the attraction is for him, because we've always had white supremacy in America. The difference is all the way up until this time, everybody just kind of went in their homes and they did their white supremacy at home. So now it's out in the street and it's back out in the public. It's back like we're in the 50s and 40s again. Okay, so that's what MAGA mean. Make America great again mean make America white again. And that's basically what that is for me.
Yeah, I mean, America, I mean, is still white regardless. You're talking it's still almost 2/3 white, nearly. It's like 60, 60-something% white, but I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, they got the replacement theory that they're pushing, and stuff like that. And I think you are semi-correct when you said when Obama was elected, it did scare a lot of people. I remember the Tea Party movement, for example. That was a movement that, let's face it, it was so coded in subversive racism. I mean, they drew Obama as a witch doctor, had photos of him eating a banana, him and Michelle eating a banana, and looking like monkeys.
Well, based on what this lady said today, like it's not that I'm trying to promote my show, but this lady.
No, please do.
This lady that I that I did a show on today. I did commentary on her channel. I think it's called Take Two Take Two or something like that. Let me pull up my let me pull my channel up and see what her name is. She gave the definition of white supremacy. And DJ Torch, I'm gonna give you her name if you wanna pull her channel up.
Got it.
And it gives you an understanding of why they think the way that they think. See, I was under the impression that they just didn't like black people, right? But it goes deeper than that. They feel like that black people are cursed. They feel like black people are cursed, and that they're the chosen people.
It's the sons of Ham curse you're referencing.
Yes. Well, yeah, Cain and Abel. They say, when Cain and Abel, when Cain killed Abel.
No, actually, it's Noah's son. Supposedly, one of Noah's son, when Noah got drunk, his sons found him naked, and one of his sons allegedly sodomized him. And Noah, while he was unconscious, but when he woke up, he remembered the entire incident, and he cursed and said, "Your children are going to be slaves," basically. Supposedly, blacks are supposed to be the descendants of the sons of Ham.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Well, the way she explained it was because of Cain and Abel, and this is what they've been teaching. Now, your story, the way that you're putting it, that could be true, and the way that it's displayed in the Bible. But I'm just trying to give you the way that they understand it, right, and what they think it is. And they think because Cain killed Abel, Cain killed Abel, God cursed him, and the curse. And the reason why he got cursed and he turned dark, and the dark people are us. They feel like that we are cursed because of Cain and Abel, and because of the Bible. And this is what they're teaching in their churches every Sunday. DJ Torch, I just put the live up. Her name is it looked like it says live Take Two, or you don't actually have to do my show, but you can just pull up her channel if you can read that. What it's got, life.
Okay, it's where
Take Two or something like that. Can you read it?
Let's see, where is that? Oh God, this has got to be it. Okay.
Okay. So you see her channel. So yeah, I just wanted you to just pull that up. So it just kind of enlightened me in the way that they thinking, and the way that they indoctrinate their kids, and the way that they're the way that they're taught at home to think about us like that. So it's not about we're taking over. It's about we're supposed to be beneath them, and they're above us. In so many words.
I think that's just another way to. Not saying that's not really being taught. I believe it is, but I believe that overall, the general consensus among white people, especially in the white supremacy, is really about power. They just never want us to be in control. Not just that, they don't want anybody to be in control, but they really don't want us to be in control, because we right in the middle of a empire. If we really look at it, we inside the Roman gates, so they watch us the hardest, and they never want us to be independent, because as you can see, them in China right now are fighting over Africa. They want the resources down there. All the African countries are broke because they don't even have control of their own resources. I think this is the real reason why they're doing it. It's really about business and standing on everybody. And not just because the ignorance that I hate you, but the actual white people who run this stuff, they don't hate black people like that. They just don't want them in control and don't want them touching their own resources.
All right. I'm going to switch it up a little bit here. I got some clips I want to play. I want to get a reaction out of everyone to see what they think. This is the first one right here. Here we go. I guess I should press play, right? Wait, let me pause it.
Giving me no time to do nothing.
Get the fuck out of my crib. You had the baby. I let you do what you was gonna do. Time for you to go now. I didn't want to keep you out. I really wanted to keep you up while you was pregnant, but I couldn't do that to my grandbaby.
Okay, but you kicking us out now. So you should have just had this together. I would have been.
Gonna be my work office. All this shit gotta go.
Dad, I would have been trying to figure something out then. What am I supposed to do?
My crib. Damn. You steady talking back. Listen.
I'm not talking back. I'm just telling you that I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know where I'm gonna go. If I have to leave here, where am I gonna go? What? What'd you say? What'd you just say?
You heard
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
You knew what you was doing. You was making that baby.
Okay.
So figure it the fuck out and get out my crib, man.
Okay.
You got shit to do. And I'm gonna leave, so I want you going before I leave. Hurry up.
I'm not going nowhere. I don't have nowhere to go. That's what you're not understanding. Dad, I can't.
Baby daddy yet.
Did you all hear it okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to make sure I understand. That wasn't the baby's father. That was like
That was her
family. That was her father. Okay,
Yeah, she living with the father, her own dad.
gotcha.
Or was?
Yeah, was. I just wanted to understand, make sure I understood the situation.
And is he saying, DJ Torture, are they saying why did he kick her out? Because she had a baby, or?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it sounded like that, but it sounded like it was something else going on. Like I don't know. Like he just sounded like he was fed up with her. Like he knew she was having a baby. Like I don't think it was a newborn. I think it was them just going back and forth for a while. He probably just said, "Damn it!" Like I think
Does anyone know how old she was?
16.
Oh no! Like yeah, but you heard what he's. I'm not defending him kicking her out like that without her having a place to go or nothing like that. Like you can't just up and kick somebody out immediately and they got a baby. She is right about that. You told her ahead of time, so she can find somewhere. But he did say to her, you knew what you was doing when you had this baby. Like, because I'm sure she had all the time in the world to think about what she wanted to do while she was pregnant. She a teenager, like she had time, months. Then she had the baby, and I think like most kids, hell, even adults when they have babies, especially kids, they in over their head when they think they know what they're doing because they're not dealing with it 24/7 every single second until it comes.
But isn't she underage?
Right.
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
16.
it's
Yeah.
I think it's against the law for him to put her out, regardless if she have a baby or not. And even if it's not against the law, um, I mean, come on now. I mean, she got a baby. What? I mean, she's telling him she doesn't have anywhere to go. Now, maybe she need to maybe not, pop off, or maybe she should try to dot the I's and cross the T's, and not make her father mad. But I wonder what did she do in order for him to put her out, other than just have a baby? Because if she's in the South, she couldn't, even if she got pregnant, she couldn't get rid of the baby because it's against the law to get rid of a baby now. So make it make sense. What did he want her to do? And I know she should have protected herself and maybe shouldn't have sex, but at the end of the day, she's a teenager and she's gonna make mistakes. Didn't we all make mistakes when we were teenagers?
Right.
Yes, but
That
I'll,
some mistakes, are different from others. I mean, we all gonna make mistakes, but things of that gravity, you got to know what you're doing. And we all know what I mean. Before you even turn 13, a man and a woman laying down together is gonna make a baby. So by the time you're 15, 16 years old, you know what it is.
I would have to disagree. I mean, a kid's a kid.
No.
As
My
a female,
DJ,
as a female, I disagree also, because you have to understand, as a female, when your hormones start raging and we're growing up, and from age 15 to about 25, we think we know everything. Okay. We're not mature enough to understand, and yet we understand the acts, and we understand some of the decisions that we make are probably not good, but we're not mature enough to make a great decision. You know what I'm saying? To make a to some We're not equipped to make the right decisions all the time.
I
And
mean,
not trying to give her a pass or nothing, but as a woman, and as a that's already been down that road, a lot of times you're super hard headed when you're going through puberty like this.
Well,
yeah,
Ghost brought up a
but
good point. Ghost brought up a good point. She said, "Shoot, Daddy might even be the baby daddy." Some of these men are monsters, and you know something? This is a very strong argument, because even if it wasn't him who made this young lady pregnant, he might have how should I put it, been in the mix with her. And
well, I
unfortunately,
mean, that's certainly possible, but I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
kind of a
what
strong accusation there.
he,
Uh,
he, he said you knew what you were doing when you had it, when you had the baby. So
Yeah,
he
that's
was
yeah.
already.
mhm.
But I agree with what you were saying earlier. Like okay. I don't think it just starts or ends with young people like 15 to 25. I actually think that when you are in the, like, how should I say, like, when it's time to have sex, you know what I'm saying? Like when you are aroused, you and your partner. I don't
Puberty.
care if you're, well, I'm not just talking about puberty. I'm talking about when you get in that mode. I noticed, and we all have noticed, either personally and just generally, you lose a lot of your reasoning. Like, I don't care if you
Yes.
got 10 PhDs, okay? It's like you know what it is when it's time to get down, but we both lose our reasoning, and we just say forget it. I mean, because
okay,
it's
so
like,
let me ask you this. Why are we putting all this onus on her? Because
Right.
basically, she was under his watch.
yeah,
So, there are things that he could have done. He could have made sure that he could have took her to the doctor, right? Got her one of them damn shots or whatever, or got some pills for her to take,
Hmm.
and this wouldn't have happened. And the way that he's disowning her, that's why it makes me think like, damn, this dude sounded like he didn't even care about her in the first place.
Well, not
And
necessarily. Oh, go ahead.
so
I'm sorry.
that's the thing. He doesn't even sound like he cared. Even if he didn't mean what he was saying and he was just saying it to scare her, you don't do that. That's like psychological abuse. She had the kid. He knew he was having the kid. If he didn't want her there, because she's having a kid and she shouldn't be having a kid, he should have made arrangements to get her to a mother's house, a grandmother's house, or something. Because he doesn't sound like he's qualified to take care of this either one of them. To
Mm-mm.
be honest with you,
Well,
either one of them.
I can't go that far. In that,
I can.
I would need
I
a lot
can.
more
You might not have to, but no.
I would need a lot more context. But let me just say this: I remember when I was a junior in high school, there was a girl that she liked me, and she literally told me, she wanted to give it to me, literally, and nothing had happened, but I had thoughts, and and I went to my father, when I got home, I went to my dad. I said, Dad, what would happen if, I got a girl pregnant? And my father said, son, that's the day I'm going to tell you you're a grown man and get the hell up out of my house. That's what he told me.
Yeah, but that's, you know, how old were you?
16. 16,
Okay.
maybe.
You're
Yeah.
a 16-year-old male. Okay. It's different. It's a different dynamic with women or girls in this case.
It's not a different dynamic. I'm
It is
still
a different
minor.
dynamic.
Oh, yes, it
How
is.
is it? How is it different? I'm still a
Oh my
minor.
God.
I'm still a minor.
Well, it's just that I know what you're trying to say.
But the
Doug.
baby is not coming.
I said what I said is input first.
Yeah,
Let's go.
because you having a baby at 16 is totally different with me having a baby at 16. If your dad put you out, you possibly can go somewhere to another relative's house or a friend's house. But that
But go
baby is
where?
not, I don't know, but the baby is not going with you.
Boom.
Okay. So it's not just her getting put out. She's getting put out with her baby, because normally the baby goes with the mother. Well, used to be. Now they kind of flipping the script a little bit, but most of the time, in this instance, this baby is going with her, and she is she needs some guidance. It sounds like, you know, like DJ Torch said, neither one of them know how to be a parent. In my opinion, he's not parenting her the right way. Even if you make a mistake, it's just like God. We want God to forgive us. So why can't we forgive our kids? We can't just throw our kids away because they make a mistake. That's how you have generational curses. And it's a possibility if he throw her out, she may have another baby and just go down this rabbit hole, and her life will be just nothing at all. Whereas if he put you out, even if you don't have some place to go, I'm sure you could probably find some place to go, and then you can go to the service because you don't
Why?
have
Because,
any. You can.
because I'm
It's
a male.
options. Society still offer you options that they're not going to offer her
No, that's not true. In
unless
fact,
she give her baby up for an adoption.
well, I have to disagree with that, ma'am. I mean, a woman has options of WIC. That there's more options. I would argue there's more options for women in that scenario than there are men. I mean, as far as a man,
But
like I
key
said,
word
I'm
is women.
expected.
She's a child. She's
So,
she's a child.
in the scenario, so was I. And you said, well, there's a place you could probably find to go. I'm a child too. When I was 16.
Let me ask you this: what age do you have to be to go to the Army?
17 with parents' permission.
Okay, so basically, obviously, if your father kicked you out, he'd probably give you permission to go, right?
But I'm 16, so I can't
16
get in the
and
Army
what?
yet.
16 and what?
I
Like
can't
16 and a
remember anymore.
half.
I can't remember anymore. I was a junior
Okay,
in high school.
let's say it was straight up 16. You buy yourself a year, you're in the Army. So, you know, you might go over to uncle's house for a year. You go to the Army. This young lady has a little kid to take care of. She can't do that. That's
Okay,
I
so
think that's what I said. What I said was trying to get to is like she got responsibilities already. She got to take care of a kid.
So she can't go to her uncle's house or auntie's house or grandma's house.
If she didn't have a baby, possibly, but you're not just trying to take one person in. Not too many people are going to be opening their doors for a young girl and a baby.
Right.
I disagree.
Wait. She is everybody, hold on one second. She is giving you the exact experience and point of a woman. They go through this all the time. It's like you can't tell. I don't mind you disagreeing, but you can't tell a woman what women go through. That's all. I mean, they go through this all the time. You want a perfect example? Remember T.O.?
Yep, Terrell Owens, yeah.
He was his mother was 14 when she gave birth to him. She went through some shit. We can fend for ourselves. I don't know how tall you were at 16, but you were probably a lot taller than this little young girl is.
Well, I don't think height has anything to do with it.
It does, because you have more muscle mass, bro.
What does
No,
muscleness have
It
to
has
do
to do with
with
protecting yourself. It has to
that's
do
the
with protecting yourself.
it doesn't matter if she can get welfare or any of that. The very night that you and her get kicked out the house, and y'all both gotta figure out what y'all gonna do. She's a vulnerable. Even without the baby, she's a vulnerable female. She's
Right.
gonna be a child before you are. You a male, and she got a baby. If you see a woman on the streets, a young woman on the streets with a crying newborn or baby, period, and it's after midnight, they look weak as hell. You know what I'm saying? They just
Right.
do. In a perpetrator's eye. You know what I'm saying? A predator's eyes. You are secondary. You know what I'm saying? Like compared to that. That's the only difference. I know what you're saying, but she do got the baby. Most people not gonna accept that, like a family member or such. And then it's like I'm gonna say like that's the issue with the father because I mean you never know what his finances are. He got to raise this girl 16. He probably wasn't prepared for no newborn just like she wasn't, So I mean the whole thing is messed up. But I think at the end of the day he should at least she would get something egregious for him to just say bye right now. Because he should at least find her a place to go.
Right. I mean, he better watch it because he might end up in cuffs and she might just be living there by herself. That's illegal. I said what I said. You were correct. It is illegal. You can't. I Googled it, and basically, no, you can't. You can't kick. You can't kick your children out. You just can't do it. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some extenuating circumstances, but like the judge would have to be involved first. The court would have to be involved first. They would have to find a place for the kid still. You just can't kick a child out just because you're unhappy with them. That's why they made the law, is because he might have been like, it's a child this time, right? But you can't kick a kid out for any reason. If they brought you back the wrong sandwich, you can't go get out of my house. You can't say that. You have to, that's your child. He doesn't understand the responsibility and the onus he's putting on his daughter. He has to put that on himself too. It's like, you made this kid who had a kid. So where does that put you, bro? You should be kicking yourself out then. If theoretically the reason why he's kicking her out is because he had her, right? Obviously the mother's not around. So it sounds like to me somehow he got custody of her. So it sounds like to me, if I want to get my little crystal ball going, it sounds like to me he did not have her when he really wanted to have her. Okay. So basically he's not thinking I know he needs to go back 16 years to really reminisce about how he had the daughter that's had a child, but he needs to do that first. And what he wants to be kicked out because he had a child. That's the key.
Well, I mean, the thing. I was just gonna say the thing is, I do agree. Like as far as kicking out a 16-year-old, regardless of girl or boy, just shouldn't be done unless it would have to be extreme circumstances. If I had a child at 16 and I said, hey,
that's why they make the law. That's why you're responsible for your child.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, and that's supposed to be the way it is. He sounds like he's acting like he's not responsible for it because he wouldn't say stupid shit like that, in my opinion.
And because he made bad parenting decisions, the state look at him as that's your problem, bro.
Right.
You should have protected your daughter. You should have had conversations with her or tried to persuade her.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you can do all of that and it still doesn't work, but you're still obligated to that child at least until she gets 17.
But did you hear what you just said though? Like you can still have the conversations and this and that and it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? You can't say he's a bad parent because now we're getting into the weeds of assuming he's either
He is a bad parent. He
abusive
is a bad
or
parent.
he's.
He
How
is
do
a
we
bad
know this?
parent. He
How
is a
do we
bad
know
parent.
this?
Well,
How?
because he didn't protect her. He didn't take her to the
He
clinic to go get that shot. So in case she started having, because see, if you're a parent, let me explain something to you. When my mom was a single mother, right? And she had 4 kids already. And she had that conversation with us. And she told us, I don't want you guys having sex. But if you guys decide that you just have to do it, I don't want you to do it before you get married or before you leave the house. But if you think that you're being pressured and that you just want to that you just gotta have sex, let me know so that I can go and take you guys to the clinic and so that I can protect you guys, because I barely can take care of you and I don't want to be a grandmother at this early age. So when I say bad parenting skills, you have to talk to your kids and you have to be real with them and you have to let them know what the expectations are that you have for them, but you also have to protect them also. You have, because he could have took her to the clinic and got that shot in her arm and we wouldn't be having this conversation about a baby. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know anything about a shot, but like, how do we know
Well,
he didn't
I
have this
know about it though.
conversation? Well, that's fine, but how do we know he didn't have a conversation?
Because she had this baby.
No.
That doesn't mean anything.
You can't just assume that she had a conversation with her dad and said, "Okay, Dad, ironclad, I agree with you," and then a mistake happened. She did not. If they had a conversation or not, even if he told her he'd take her to the clinic, he'd get her on pills, whatever it is.
Okay.
She could have said,
This is the thing. This is the thing. By law, and by logic, because the law is geared by logic, it's his responsibility. He didn't do something right. Because he could have, remember now, he doesn't have to ask her to take a shot. He can just take her down there and go get your shot, because I saw little Joey coming around here a little bit too much, and y'all feeling each other. Let's do that shot. Now she probably wouldn't have disagreed, but remember, a parent does have certain, just like you have certain control, you have certain responsibilities as well. So
yeah, but I didn't know a parent could force a 16-year-old to take a contraceptive shot. I thought they had to make their own decision.
He's trying to force her to the streets. Which one's worse?
No,
Right. See, but you're blaming.
You just got to school and cheerleading practice and basketball practice. You can't just assume it was some dope on the street or something.
Let me break something down to you. Did you know the schools can force you to take a shot? The school district. They can force you to take a shot. They can force you to take. I know. Wait.
DJ,
you guys, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. Let me finish.
Yes, sir.
Not only can they make you take a shot, they can make you take 4 shots, and you have to go to school. So
but those are different
and that's
kinds
a
of
school
shots.
district. That's a school district. A parent has more ownership over the child than the school district does.
But DJ, you're comparing an apple to an orange. You're talking
I'm
about.
not.
Yes, sir, you are, because the law states that you have to have certain shots like hepatitis. I forget all the shots, but you got to have these kinds of shots. But nothing states you have to have an anti-pregnancy shot.
No. See, you're not getting it. You're trying to the lateral approach. What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. If a school district is going to force you to take a shot, damn well a parent can force their child to take a shot. I don't think they would mind. I don't think a child's going to go, I don't want a shot. They've already taken 4. Let me finish. They've already taken 3 or 4 shots to go to school where they probably got pregnant. Well, no, more than likely not. Actually, believe it or not, she probably got pregnant by an adult. But besides that point, she's already taken some shots. So what's one more? I don't see where the argument is coming in.
I mean, even if she don't agree with taking the shot, Once she graduate and leave the house, it's up to her. You know, once she become an adult, and if she decide that she don't want to take birth control, then she has that choice. But for me in my house, you're gonna take that shot because I'm not gonna be a grandmother before it's time for me to be a grandmother.
So let me ask you a
Just like my
question.
mom, and my mom didn't make us take pills. She offered it to us, and we just had sense enough to say, "Sign me up."
Okay, so let me ask you this question, ma'am. Let's put you in the position of my father. When my father told me the day that you get a woman pregnant, you leave my house, right? Let's say, he gave me a condom. He gave me you gave me that very same speech. You gave me a condom. I chose not to use it, and I got a woman pregnant anyway. Would you kick me out of your home at 16?
No. First of all, I'm not gonna kick you out, and that's why I said he should have some compassion. You can't kick your kids out because they make a dumb mistake. Kids are gonna make mistakes. We even make mistakes as adults. So you just can't turn your back on your child because they made a mistake. So no, I'm not kicking my child out because they have a baby at 16. Will I be okay? I mean, I'm not saying that that's what I want, but if it happens, if the situation happens, I'm gonna help my child navigate through her life and do what I can to help her walk across the stage. And then once she walk across the stage and make the decisions of what she want to do, then I would, try to help prepare her for the life that she has now. It may not be the life that I wanted her to have, but I'm gonna do what I can as a parent to help my child succeed. Cause see, I feel like that's what's wrong with with our community already. Number one, we kick our kids out the house too early. We act like we haven't been a teenager before. It's like we act like we forgot that we, been there and done that. Okay, because I remember when I was 15, how the boys used to pressure me, and like you said, I don't know which one of you guys said that earlier. The pressure of having sex is huge when you're in high school because that's all boys are thinking about. It's tremendous, and sometimes some girls give in and some girls don't give in. But at the end of the day, you can't ostracize your kids and just kick them to the curb and throw them away because they're not following a rule that you actually want them to follow, or they're not going down the road that you want them to go down. It's hard enough to be, just a young man or a young woman and be the color that we are in America. So I feel like as a parent, it's our job to put our kid on the road of success by any means necessary and do whatever we have to do to help them go down that path.
Okay, but you said she, so it was clear you were referencing a daughter here, but what if it was a son in the same situation
I'm not kicking my son out either. I'm not kicking my son out, and I'm going to advise my son at 16 because he can work. I'm going to advise him to get a job after school so that he can help this girl take care of this baby.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
Fair enough.
Oh, it looks like somebody's joining us. Let's leave. Okay. Stop the Cap is back. Stop the Cap in the house.
How's my mic? People say my mic be too loud. Hello?
Oh,
no,
you are.
Your mic
you sound
just
fine.
Yeah. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I want to come up here. I want to tell the guys, man, y'all need to stop the Cap. Because stop the Cap. Listen, I'm going to be the one who says it, right? So we all know the type of women or females who get pregnant at 16 and the type of boys who impregnate them. We know what type of households they come out of. Statistically, we can gauge this through data that these are type of households they come out of, right? So it's not us reaching when we're analyzing the clip that we've seen of this father who had no sympathy nor empathy towards his child, and the way he was engaging with her. I can assume, if I was a betting person, I can bet that this man's lifestyle was not conducive to someone who had a stable living arrangement right? Who had morals and integrity, right? For his daughter to end up pregnant. We all know the type of girls who get pregnant. They're hanging out. They're basically neglected, you know, and they see certain things. So you guys got to stop the cap. This situation is on the father. It's on the mother. I listen. Hey, I have no bias. It's on the mother of this child as well. The whole family has dropped the ball on this child's success rate. Now her success rate is in the toilet. Who knows what I'm gonna say this too. You gotta understand, in these inner cities and these kids, sex is normalized in certain households. With the music and the things that they watch, the stuff that they do around these children, sex is normalized. In my household, sex is not normalized. My child has a 4.2 GPA. She's monitored all the time, but she does have free time. So her success rate would be greater than the person, a parent who does not do these certain things.
Well, but I mean, that's a lot that you just said. I mean, that's a whole lot to say that, you know, how you can see this guy being a bad father. Like I said, I can't see that from such a small clip. You know,
The way he's engaging with them, from the words he's using and the tone he's using, I can hypothetically guess that this man has toxic fatherhood, period.
Yes, but I had posed a question earlier on the panel. Real life experience that happened to me. Again, I was 16. Chick wanted to have sex with me. She told me, I never did anything with her, but I ain't gonna lie, the urges were there, but I was cautious. Thank God.
Well, let's stop right there, though.
Hold on a second.
I heard your story, but your father and you had such a healthy dynamic where you had enough confidence and enough courage to ask your father. You had enough discipline. That was instilled in you by your father. Now, this young lady, maybe she didn't have that.
Right,
that wanted to give you the cookies.
But, well, I mean, like I said, I don't know.
Now, can you imagine if your father was not an involved father who had masculine traits of talking to his son and giving his son the encouragement to speak his own mind and speak up for himself? You would have hit that, Darnell. Come on.
I'm
Stop
not
the
gonna
cap.
lie. I'm not gonna
Stop
lie.
the cap.
I'm not gonna lie.
If you was that, if you was little Pookie and little Ray Ray, you would have hit that. Come on.
And also, it also sounds like
I don't even think I had to been little Pookie or Ray Ray to hit, especially knowing how I go through dry spells now. But I mean, the point was the language my father had used. He said, "That's the day you become a man and you get the hell out."
No, but you downplaying all of the years your father talked to you. You're downplaying all of the discipline your father gave you. You're downplaying everything that your father gave you. That's why it popped up in your remembrance when this young lady solicited to you. Something popped up in your head.
And it also sounds like he couldn't wait for this little girl to leave home. In my opinion, it don't sound like he really wanted to be a father. He's not really pouring into his daughter the way he should be pouring into her. And like I said, a lot of times in our community, we kick our kids out the house so quickly. We can't wait for them to graduate and walk across the stage or make a mistake so that we can say, get out.
I mean, there is that.
And also, guess what? We're kicking them out while we're raising them.
Yeah, I think that was the purpose of the video that DJ just played. But to an extent, like they're, just growing up the way I did. But like I said, at 18, if you weren't in college, you weren't or didn't have a job, hey, get out of my house. That's how my dad was.
Biddy, but that was hypothetical. It didn't happen, correct? Like it sounds like to me, this guy, the guy in this this video, he wants her out tomorrow. He wants her out at ASAP, and it appears that he means it. So that's a concern. Your father was giving you a hypothetical situation, telling you that he would kick you out, but you had a chance to you didn't have a kid yet. You didn't have the kid yet.
Yeah,
So
but it was thanks to those words.
But it's a completely different dynamic because now he's just. It sounds like to me your father was just trying to ingrain it in you that don't freaking have a kid. That's what he was saying, as strongly as he could. Whether he was going to follow through with it, you don't know. You won't know because you didn't have one.
Oh, I know that's just how my family is. My
But you said,
grandfather was.
do you see what I'm saying though? It's not. You were trying to compare what she was going through with what you were going through, but they're really two different dynamics. You didn't have the kid yet. She had the kid.
Yeah, well, that's because I stopped, I paused, I thought, and I said,
Right.
you know what?
So you probably had a better father than she did. Did that
It's not
ever?
just about
I mean,
the
that's
father,
what
though.
that's what Stop the Cap is trying to say. Is that it sounds like to you were brought up. You were brought up. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, like I said what I said. No pun. Anyway, I said what I said. It may just happen, but at the same time, it sounds like you, Darnell, were brought up a little bit better when it in relations to having kids. I'm saying only that because I don't know anything else. But it sounds like to me that you were brought up a little bit better. And then if you listen to the conversation she's having with her father, it really sounds like they're on, as far as in maturity and intellectually, they're about the same level. Even though she had a kid, she doesn't sound like a little tiny girl to her father because her father's
I want
acting
to
so
know how
immature.
she was acting to make her dad react like this. I wonder was she out here. I know she had smacks to get the baby, but I wonder how she
I
was
think
acting
basically the
doing it.
thing is that just like grown men leverage children to control women, it sounds like to me her father was trying to do the same to gain a certain level of control. Whether he was good with the child or not, the thing is that she brought up a very good point, a very good and mature point. Is like, hey, look, if you told me, earlier, maybe she could have found an aunt or an uncle or some other family members to take her in. But he's making a very emotional, childish statement by saying, "Oh, you got to get out right now." That's the problem. That's the problem there. It's like, okay, I can understand a parent saying, well, if you're going to live under my roof, blah, 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 or whatever, even though really legally you can't kick them out, kick anybody out, male or female, until they're of age, whatever state you are in. Some, I think it's 17, some is 18. But even if it sounds like to me, the only other defense I would have for this guy is he's finally fed up and he's having a moment and he doesn't mean it. But it sounds like to me, he's trying to manipulate the young lady instead of just bothering the young lady. That's what it sounds like to me.
I think that's what it is, DJ. I think that he's fed up. This isn't a situation where she just came home from the hospital with the baby today or yesterday and he just kicking her out. I think that
wait, Deontay. It's not today or yesterday, but it's 4 days ago. She's still healing.
She had the baby 4 days ago?
Yeah, 4 days. That's it. And he's kicking her out.
So what could she have possibly done if she had a baby 4 days ago? 2 of those days she was in the hospital. At least 2 of those days she had to be in the hospital.
She didn't do anything. The man's disgusted. He's disgusted with his daughter. He wants his bachelor pad to himself. He does not want the responsibility of this child. He realizes that, okay, I didn't do right by this child. I didn't instill any morals, values, and standards in this child. Now she's pregnant. I'm looking at her like, oh my goodness, I barely got money to pay for the bills. Now I got this little red rack. He's crying all night. Like he just trying to discard her like a narcissist does. They discard you.
Well, I think we're jumping to conclusions here.
No, we're
I mean,
not.
No, this is the YouTube.
How
We
are
have
we
to.
jumping to conclusions? She
Well,
got
no,
on social
we-
media and said, I had look at the caption. She said, I had my son 4 days ago. Now my dad's putting me out since the baby is here now. So in my mind, dad didn't say anything the whole time she was pregnant. He didn't say when that baby comes, you're gonna have to find you somewhere to go. So dad is crashing out, in my opinion. Like she said, the baby must be crying, or something happened, or something snapping, or some woman must have told him that she's interested, and who knows what's going on with him. Okay, I'm not gonna even put that story there. She said, I'm only 16, don't know what I'm going to do if I leave my dad's place. I came here for advice. What do I do as a teen mom to get on my feet with a newborn?
That was very mature.
Reach out to the father.
That's what I was going to say too. Like, we're not talking about her baby's dad here though at all. Like, he got a whole family. You know, he got a child. What's up? But that's just 4 days ago. Yeah, that don't make no sense. Man, he must have just been done with her the whole time she was pregnant. And when the baby finally came, he tripped. So that's that's no good. He obviously didn't plan on being a grandfather either, but he obviously
She probably
didn't
not cleaning up, Dante. She probably leaving shit everywhere. Come on.
Like, you right, stop the cat. I ain't want to say nothing for real, but I see.
Please stop the cap. And Darnell, this is YouTube. We always gonna jump to conclusions. It's YouTube.
But if that's the case, then we can jump to conclusions and say, that she was an out of control teenager, right? If
That's what I said. Stop the cap.
But the thing is, something else bad could have happened to her. Like, she could have been essayed by a family member, or when a young
her
girl
father.
it ain't always her being out of control. A lot of the cases that is true.
And it could have been an older man manipulating her.
Exactly.
A young girl, as a young girl, we're very easily manipulated. And even some of us older women are easily manipulated when it comes to a man. It depends on what our self-esteem is, how we feel about ourselves, and how we, what our love language is, and how much of a relationship, what we're willing to take in a relationship, and what we're really not, and what we're not willing to take. Some women feel like that they have to have a man, and as a teenager, you're totally in love. The first person that you have sex with, I'm sorry, but you just totally in love with them. They the best thing since sliced bread. And I see it over and over again. You'll have these old dudes and you old at 30 and you got a 16-year-old pregnant. So to me, that's an old man messing with a little kid. And we don't know what the situation is, but it could be that situation also where she got manipulated into getting pregnant with this man. So it's a lot of factors that can go into this scenario that you have to think about.
I'm not gonna give the child a slap on the wrist. She's wrong for having sex and getting pregnant at 16. She's wrong. But I'm also putting most of the blame on both of her parents, her mother as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. And see, they were going to say this is a lot her fault, right? Obviously, but at the same time, we forgetting it. You can't control people. I don't care if they're your children, your brother, sister. You can give them the easiest advice in the world. You can show them a video of you touch this, your hand gonna burn, and they'll touch it anyway. Or they'll find a way to be manipulated and touch it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think that's true, Dante, because I pay the bills. I control my house. I control it. Period.
No,
The
no,
only
that's what I'm
way
saying.
you're gonna go
Everybody
out
has
is you're gonna
control
sneak
of
out and
themselves.
do it.
No, no, I'm saying everybody has control of their self. So if you wanna, nobody can tell you something and then all of a sudden it's over with. They're gonna listen to you for sure. If that was so, there would be no teenage pregnancy. You would just have to tell your son and daughter one time, do not have sex and do not get pregnant before, and they just won't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has to have control over themselves, and you can be out, you can be manipulated by outside energies. And first, and I don't mean it like that, but I do. But I mean like people is what I'm saying. You can get manipulated by other people outside your family, uh, which you go right to your mom and dad as soon as you get in trouble and you need something. But when they tell you something vital in life, you listen to another damn 15-year-old kid. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just you have to control yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
and kids they can find a way, uh,
Well, they
like
better.
you said, you can't watch them all the time because they can go to the bathroom in school and do something,
Right.
or
Yeah.
before school or after schools. But the whole thing about it is like Stop the Cap is saying, if you parent your kids from day one, 9 times out of 10 they are going to listen to you. Now, is it going
Yeah.
to work 100%? No, but it's about how you start out parenting your kids and how much they respect you.
Right. Here's another clip, y'all. Here we go.
Antifreeze in the child's milk because
It hit home because it was an 18-day-old.
Let me restart it.
South Fulton Police Sergeant Serta Dickerson was.
Shout out to Tiffany for that message.
Because
right
it was an
there.
18-day-old baby.
South Fulton Police Sergeant Serta Dickerson was the lead.
Let me pause it. Tiffany says she was probably 15 years old when she got pregnant. 15. She is supposed to be going to class, sports, practice, hanging with friends, going to the homecoming, not becoming a mother. Bars. And
the child and if he put and if
I mean that's bars right there. Let me play this. Here we go. So this man right here, just in case for some reason it cuts off the beginning, he put antifreeze in his child's milk.
Freeze in the child's milk because
It hit home because it was an 18-day-old baby.
South Fulton Police Sergeant Serta Dickerson was the lead detective on this attempted murder case. He said seeing this newborn poisoned by antifreeze was tough. It all started when Curtis Jack got his coworker pregnant. She told police Curtis tried to get her to terminate the pregnancy for the entire 9 months. Once she had the baby, she had to stay in the hospital. So she told the father to come pick up breast milk from her and take it to the baby at the grandmother's house. Curtis told police he put antifreeze in the milk because he didn't want to pay child support. That could have killed that child.
That old milk dud head ass.
Ray Carew?
Yes.
It didn't. But once Curtis was indicted and faced several charges, including attempted murder, he took back his confession. So detectives and the DA's office had to work even harder to make sure the case was solid and they got a conviction. Detectives were so confused by the motive in this case because they said the father had a good paying job and the mother does too.
That's crazy.
Man, DJ, you remember Ray Carew?
I'm sorry, say again.
Ray Carew, the wide receiver that plays with the Panthers.
Oh yeah. Caruth, yeah.
That's why I said Ray Carew. That's messed up, man. Like, it's over with Playboy when the baby's here. Like, it's not, you might as well just be a deadbeat dad, be out of his life. He'll be one in a billion LeBron James 2.0, and you'll be telling stories about how that's your son while you broke his hell. That's crazy, man. You go and
I'll
kill
tell you
it.
the average. What's the average child support?
Wait, I'm
40
sorry.
bucks
Hold
a
on
week?
1 second. Everybody give a shout out to Ghost. Give her a good night. You know,
Good night,
thank
Ghost.
you. Thank
Good
you,
night,
Ghost. Okay.
No,
It's 10%,
average.
or it was
Yeah.
20% of the paycheck.
Yeah, 20% of the paycheck on average. You're looking at about $800 a month on average.
Yeah, and that's worth murdering somebody over.
Wait,
See,
wait. Are you guys talking about child support?
Yes.
Yeah. The average amount for the United States is $400
a month.
I was
a
I was
month.
about to say stop the cap
I
because
think it's a little. I think it's a
I
little
didn't
higher
been
than
we didn't
that.
been through these we didn't been through these numbers plenty of times, Torch. Like stop the
Yeah,
cap.
that's what I'm saying. It ain't no 800. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that nobody pays 800, but the average in the United States is 400. Some people, Kevin Samuels only paying 300 a month, and he couldn't even pay that.
No, I mean, well, I'm not disputing Kevin Samuels. I'm just saying because I did look it up before. It was like 700 or 800 when I looked it up.
In what you're talking about? What city or state? Because it's not 800.
I took the national average.
Okay, let me see.
It don't matter what it is. It ain't worth killing your baby over it.
Right,
Like,
that is true. Yeah, it's 430 to 441 a month.
we talking about hundreds of dollars, man. If you got a decent job, that's half a paycheck. You know what I'm
Darnell,
saying?
you wear glasses? I need you to put your glasses on when you out there researching, okay, Darnell?
Well, I do wear glasses now.
I need you to put them on. I need you to use them, okay?
It might be $800 in Bel Air or something, but some
Bel
rich
Air.
community. But no, it's for
especially in the South. Especially
because it
in
used
the South.
to be like three something.
Yeah, salaries go up over the course of time, so child support will go up too.
Yep. So that was crazy. I got one more though. This one is creepy.
Only ain't nobody in this. Everybody in this house is under the age of 13. So I don't know what you. What?
I'm looking for the one and only. They send this address on Roblox.
They send you what?
Address.
Which one of you little girls is sending my address on Roblox? I don't know that man. Okay. I knew you was. Give me the iPad now. I want it now.
Wait, is the man in the house?
I'm sorry. I have children
in the house. Yes.
Yeah.
I have children in here.
So what? We're gonna play Roblox.
What?
We're going to Roblox.
She's too young to be talking to anybody on Roblox, sir. Can you please move?
No,
the police is on the way. I hope you know that the police is on the way. So just go.
We're just coming to play. We're just coming to play.
You too old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please.
It's a skit, Torch.
It must.
You think she not showing this nigga face? Come on, stop the cap.
I hope that is.
I hope it is a skit.
Now, you know what's crazy though?
For him to be trying to push himself through it, it have to be a skit because nobody's that bold to gonna try to push themselves through your front door that way.
Right.
And she not blasting this nigga face and nothing.
Right.
Like, come on.
Right.
Stop the cap. Come on.
But I can't say stuff like that might not have happened before. I mean, like, people that speak on the internet. Like, you remember that dude show Catching Predators? These motherfuckers be showing up to the house for real. Like, that's crazy.
Guess what, folks? Guess what? Try to guess who I'm gonna put on here next.
Umar Johnson.
Not Dr. Umar.
I can't believe it. How did you guess? I can't believe it.
Because this conversation kind of sound Umar-ish.
It's like the apex. Umar Johnson is the apex of all the degenerate shit.
Yes, he is. That's something we all agree on right there.
I really can't believe. Well, I do because y'all be knowing. But damn, here we go.
Where your queen at? Let's see if she called me chubby. I look chubby. Why you looking at my body, my ninja? Why are you looking at my body, family? Here we go again. We need them testosterone shots. You looking at my body, talking about I look chubby. Listen, family. Where your queen at? Let's see if she say I'm chubby. Where your queen at, my ninja? Beta male, where you go?
Now, here's the question. Where's his queen at? I know he left some mothers behind.
I just wish Boondocks was still on the air.
Created 3 broken homes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Boondocks would have roasted.
Can you imagine? Umar on Boondocks. Oh.
Yesterday about that Asian marrying a Nigerian, and all the brothers are dancing with him like he's Jesus Christ. You think they are in love? You think the Asians are in love with Africans? You think all those Asians are in Nigeria because they love Africans? You think all those Asians are marrying our Nigerian sisters because
wait a minute. Well, let me see.
They love African people? He ain't
So
married into that Nigerian woman because he loved her. He was told to marry her.
So let me ask you this. At least the Asian man married the African woman, right? And what did Umar do? Did Umar marry his 3 baby, mothers of his child?
No. Hell no.
I mean, it's almost like he exploits women because he did. I mean, you can't explain it any more constant than the fact that he left 3 women with children. He doesn't get along with them at all. Okay, with the women or the children. But he wants to criticize a man who actually got married to somebody. That is, to me, he's just as bad as Charlie is. In this clip right here, he's just as bad. Don't get me wrong. He says stuff that from time to time that makes sense that we should do, like we should have our own schools and all that kind of shit, even though he don't even have his own school. But to me, this is like the ultimate of BS, because he should be happy that a black woman is in a home and she's married, but he doesn't even want to do it. If what he should be doing is like saying something like, well, he married her, so I ain't got nothing much to say. I left 3 women behind. That's what he should be saying.
Well, you got to remember, DJ, he a fraud. I mean, so frauds never, tell the truth. I mean, I will say this when it comes to the Asians in Africa, and I know this from experience. Yeah, they, as far as when it comes to Africans, they do not like black people. They need those resources down there. That's what they're doing down there.
I mean, I understand his argument. I just don't like where it's coming from. I think he needs to clean up his own house before he can talk shit.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. A guy like that, like I said, he personally, I say take the microphone away, because he don't need to be talking anymore. Especially talking about, I'm going for women to pay $500. You get a date with the doctor. I mean, come on, get the hell out of here.
Hey, Torch, I'm gonna have to say stop the cap to Darnell, because a black woman is marrying this man. You want to say that? I'm telling you, stop the cap, because what if this just a healthy, loving union? It has nothing to do with Asians or Africans selling out their people. That's a whole different argument. You cannot use this marriage and then conflate it to, Asians stealing African resources, when African leaders are allowing Asians to steal their resources.
Well, the thing is that I can't speak on this particular one marriage, but I can say I have been to Africa. I was stationed at Camp Lemonade in Djibouti, and I can tell you, yes, the Chinese, they're loaning these African countries so much money that they can't pay back. And I'm telling you, they want those resources. That's the reason they're loaning the money.
But then that's a business. That's a business relationship you're describing.
Was this a Nigerian wedding, right?
Right.
It was a Nigerian woman. Okay, I just want to say Dr. Umar is a petty thief and fraud, and he's right more than 2 times like a broken clock. But if he would just stay serious and stay focused, he always trying to tell other black men to do, he would be okay. But I do understand what Donnell was talking about, because only Nigerians can own land down there. So a lot of those Asians were coming over the wealthy ones, marrying, Nigerian women, having children with them, and then owning the land through their new family. That's one reason why the black people still be celebrating with him, because he probably got them all big time 6-figure jobs, with his company. I mean, so I understand. I know we didn't mean to go political like that, but that's what Umar is talking about in this video, and that's what Darnell.
But isn't that why people, even in America, if you just take two African Americans or anybody that's married in America, marriage is a contract, and a lot of people get married just so they can come up because two incomes is better than one. I'm not saying that that love is not intertwined with it also, but a lot of times people do get married. Look at the ball players; they marry women every day, and most of those women marry them because they have money. So why are we going to talk about the Asian man because he's in Nigeria doing the same thing? And don't the Nigerians come over here to get citizenship and they marry us just to get citizenship?
Well said. Here
Coach.
and here's wait. Let me say this, and then I'll let you talk. Tev, would you rather your daughter marry the Asian man, or would you rather your daughter hook up with a passport bro?
I was say the Asian, but I was going to say something about a passport bro. I just seen something today where it was this passport bro that went to Kenya, married a Kenyan woman that had a child with her, and then 12 months later, she was somebody else.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Was he there? Did he live in Kenya with her, or?
No, he brought her over here to America, and she left him for somebody else over here.
Oh, she was able to get
But you gotta understand, men like Umar, he worship his phallus, right? So it's kind of sadistic because these men, he wouldn't have such vitriol if it was a black man marrying an Asian woman.
Right.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
He did. Yes, he would. He said it multiple times. You gotta stand up for your black queens, and
that's his grift to get money from black women. But I'm talking about the way he's just the way your queens at. Like, come on, I doubt it.
Yeah, and who did he go walk down the aisle with? Like DJ Torch said, you got 3 baby mamas. Why you didn't marry one of them?
Right. I mean, that defunks his argument right there.
Well, I'm just saying from a standpoint that, yes, he is a grifter, but he does, he did chastise black men because he used to say, he had that saying, no snow bunnies, no rice, no spice, or what did he call Hispanics? Was it spice? I forget. But it was no snow bunnies, no rice, no spice, and he was telling it to black men.
He's highly against interracial dating and marriage. It don't matter if it's the woman or the man. He's
200 years late because black men went to the Supreme Court in 1800s to fight for the right to marry a white woman. So he's late to the party.
And I guarantee you, if he met a Asian woman that was a billionaire and she told him, let's go walk down the aisle, I wholeheartedly believe he'll walk his black butt down that aisle with that Asian woman.
No, I want to get to the sadistic part of it. He's jealous.
He'll forget everything that he told you guys not to do, and he'll go do the exact opposite. So,
trust me, I agree with you. I'm not going to argue that.
I bet he think that man got a. He said he might got a big one if she married him. These men are sick.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when it comes to Dr. Umar, you can't take nothing that man say serious at all. I mean,
I'm gonna say stop the cap to you again.
Why?
Because didn't you say the red pill do be having truths that comes out of their mouth.
They do.
Didn't you say that? And talk about, even though they're a fraud. Now, you said Dr. Umar is a fraud, right? You talk about you can't take nothing he say serious, but you can take some of the red pill guys, some they say serious. Stop the cap.
Well, even as Dante had pointed out, I believe it's Dante had pointed out, he does say certain things that do make sense. Everyone, again,
okay.
A broken clock is always right twice a day.
Right. Do you remember when he was saying that Becky treats black men better? Do you remember that one?
Yes, that's not exactly what he said, but I do know the video you're talking about.
I was paraphrasing. He was basically saying that black men get treated better.
Not necessarily. What he
I
said
know
was,
I know for a fact that's a lie.
What his exact words was, Becky, and he used the analogy of a man running a marathon. He said Becky is right there, with the brother running the marathon, giving him water and stuff like that to help him complete the marathon. And he did say black women are at the finish line waiting on him to get to the finish line. But Becky's right there trying to get the man to the finish line. That's what he said.
And you want to know something? Something from a man who was, from a kid, when I was a kid, I lived in the land of Becky's, and they don't do that shit. They don't do that. They really, quite honestly, Umar, and for whatever the reason, he reversed the roles. Because if you notice, Becky's are never there at the beginning. Usually, let's say it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever, they come at the end. They come at the end for Caucasian men. They come at the end, so they coming at the end for black men. That was some of the biggest cap, since we're capping tonight. Capping tonight.
But DJ, that's not true though, DJ. I mean,
it is true. It's
yes,
absolutely
it is
true.
No,
Keisha hold him up. Keisha hold him up the whole time. He's trying to get his career started, and as soon as he get big time, he drop her and go get Becky.
Okay, yep. How does Keisha hold him up? Let's start there.
Oh my God! Do you know that there's some? I have read some instances where these dudes, football players, whatever, they get with Keisha, but I mean Keisha, right? She holds them down. Gets not only like just being a supportive person, but gets them good grades in school. Hides them in the dorm room, shit like that.
No, Torch, she speaks life. She speaks life.
Feeding him, washing his clothes, making sure he passed those papers,
giving him sex,
letting him cheat all over her with all the other college girls. And then as soon as they sign that contract, Keisha ain't good enough no more. She's the bitch. She ain't good enough no more.
Right.
I mean, unless you're talking O.J. Simpson, that's the only thing. But no,
I'm talking O.J. Simpson. I'm talking Kobe Bryant. I'm talking. I'm talking about all the dudes that put the black women down once they sign that contract, or once they get that 6-figure. Then we don't be good enough for them after that.
Yeah, LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball, the dude I did the thing on today. He ran
Kevin
back to
Hart.
it. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that it's very well known. Like I said, Becky with the good hair in the college, right? Goes to the dorms. Yeah, we all know what she's doing. She's scouting, for the future and stuff like that. But she buying that brother a pizza. She, she got daddy's credit card, buying that brother a pizza, whatever he need, that's what he's doing. And the thing is, and I do kind of understand what Dr. Umar is saying. It's like, when it comes to you know, unfortunately, when it comes to, you know,
Darnell.
Hold on a second. Well, hold on a second,
Darnell.
DJ.
You know what? He just proved that men
He lied to
only
you.
want women for resources. He just proved it.
No, I did not prove that. I did not prove that at all.
Yes, you did. You said Becky gonna buy him
you're
a
making an
pizza.
inference.
Becky gonna buy him this. Becky.
And you gonna use her daddy credit card to make sure
Yeah.
he's great.
That's what they do.
They got you.
No, they don't. That's exactly what they do. I mean, like I said, as a Lyft driver, I pick up college people all the time.
Oh my God. He's
I
talking
do.
about Lyft driving.
I do. I pick up college age people all the damn time. And I'm telling you, those white women, they are on a mission to get that come up.
Wait.
No, listen. No,
the fact that you said that they were in college already and that the football players were already probably playing football. That's, I mean, we're talking about the young lady they dropped to get Becky.
But
before
you're
that.
assuming
But Torch, aren't college kids getting paid now? College football getting paid now.
Yep.
So they don't need Becky Daddy's credit card.
Yeah.
They were just before under the table, so the stars always got there. But Darnell is right about what you're about.
That was illegal, but that was illegal back in the day.
No, I know it was illegal, but it happened. When these guys are in college, especially football players, because they have to stay there for at least 3 years. When these guys are in college, what Umar was saying, and I agree with half of what he was saying, and the half I agree with is it's not just white girls. Black girls do this too, but it's mainly the white girls. They look at these guys, they attach themselves to them, they climb the little hierarchy, try to get the best athlete they can, and they literally will sell their fucking soul to the devil for this guy and try to be with him as he rises up through college and then get to the pros. That's really
Right.
what
That I agree with. The problem is that he's trying to make it sound like black women are just like ignoring these dudes too, which is not true.
They're not ignoring them, DJ.
Because he's saying that black women are waiting for these guys to get famous or rich or and all that kind of stuff. And really, that's in reverse. If anybody's going to do that, it's the Caucasian woman, not because they're evil or anything, but that's just how they were brought up. They're brought up to marry made men. They're not brought up to struggle love or take chances or anything like that. They're brought up. They're brought up to marry made men, and they will make their parents very upset if they don't do that. Now they'll settle they prefer the guy to be Caucasian, but they'll settle if the black man is rich. Kind of like the theory was going on. What was his name? The guy who passed away, the wrestler.
God damn it! How did I forget his name? Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. They go by the Hulk Hogan theory. If you're gonna bring a black man home, he better be rich.
Yeah,
and they go to school to look for a man. They're not really going to school they get a degree in the process, but their parents send them to school to find a man that's gonna make some money. That's what their whole purpose is.
Boom.
And look at black girls. Black girls go to school to get out of poverty and escape what you call Blackistan.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, yeah, exactly. But look at the pool that they're pulling from, though. They're not just taking a struggle love trans with some random pookie from the hood. These dudes are, if you make it to big time D1 college football, like the chances of you making even a pro camp just to get a chance to make a team, you still in the 40% now. That's a lot. You jump from 2% in high school to 40% just to sign on one of these big teams. And you get 3 to 4 years, sometimes 5 years to develop. These girls it's not just the white girls, but they see it. They understand that. These girls, not just the white girls, but the black ones, any of them, they're a different caliber of girl though, because they are focused on what they're going after at a young age. I mean, you talking about 17, 18-year-old girls in high school who are being taught to go after these men between 18 and 22. And they have to think about their future, not just now, but what life's going to be like 10 to 20, 15 years from now.
I understand that, but my only argument was what Omar was saying. He was trying to make it sound like that black women were gold diggers and that it was white women that were the nurturers, and that's not true.
That's
Right.
not true. Yeah,
I'm not saying white women are nurturers and are not gold diggers. I'm just saying because they are digging for gold. It's just what I'm saying is that they do put a little more investment.
Yeah, I would say
I would have to disagree with that. I would have to say that.
So
we're talking about sexually.
wait, so you're saying he's calling gold digging an investment? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying that black women, black girls don't deserve. We just supposed to accept it.
No, I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth. What I'm saying is it's like this, okay, as an investment, right? Because it sounds like you disagree with my investment analogy.
See, but the red pill guys hate gold diggers, though.
Hold on. What? So they say. But here's the thing.
They do.
But here's the thing is that okay, let's say you invest $1,000, but you know you're gonna get $1 million down the road. Okay.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as cancer. Wouldn't you call that a worthwhile investment?
See, but you guys talk out of both sides of the coins. One hand, you can't say these girls are bred up to be gold diggers, and then turn around and call it, oh, she's a great investor. You can't say both.
And I disagree with you because, in my opinion, black girls when they're dating, black girls are not. Sometimes a black girl would date Pookie and he don't have to have a quarter. So
that's true, but I'll be honest with you. I have dated black women.
But
I have dated black women, and I'll be honest with you. You know, it was, you know, I had a pretty bad experience there myself. You know.
Trust me, I know some white girls. I know white girls who date Pookies too.
But I've had bad experiences.
Have couple of them in my family.
I've had bad experiences with black men, but I'm not gonna make you guys all monolith. I'm not gonna say all black men cheat and all black men are not shit and they just want to take advantage of you and blah blah. I don't have that. I don't have that attitude towards black men. Yeah. Now that man that I chose is like that, but not all black men are like that. That's how I think in my mind. And maybe
get me to understand when a black girl does it, it's called gold digging, but when a white girl does it, it's called investment. I'm trying to understand.
No. It is gold. No, it is gold digging. I never said it wasn't gold digging. What I'm saying is though, they are putting a little investment in that gold digging. Okay, they'll spend a little upfront cash and get paid on the back.
Stop the cap, because most black men live with black women. Most black women are the breadwinners in the household. So I'm not understanding how you're getting the racist saying that this woman is investing where the black woman is just digging for gold or she's not even putting in the effort.
Again, you're misconstruing what I've said. Again, white women are gold diggers just as well. The only difference is like I said, when they're in college, yeah, they're going to buy that guy. They're going to buy that brother, that athlete that's struggling to pay for college. Well, not struggling to pay for college because he got a scholarship, but he's struggling because he's got to play sports and he ain't got no money. Oh yeah, she got daddy's credit card. Becky is going to give him that credit card. Oh yeah, here's a pizza. Here's this. Here's that. You know.
Okay, have you ever experienced that?
I was never a college athlete. So
Torch, what he's actually saying, he's saying because white girls have the resources allowed to them by their white fathers who control most industries in this country. And because Black women are born of Black men who don't have the resources, we don't have that investment tools such as monetary to invest in these brothers. This is why we don't get them.
All I can say is there is a reason. There is a reason why these Black athletes are all marrying white women.
The reason is so you're trying to put the reason on the women instead of the man. This is what the man is choosing.
No,
I'm not putting
she's
the
got a
reason
point.
on.
She's got a point.
I'm not putting the reason on the women.
Darnell. This is the point she's saying. You're making it sound like Becky is putting out more effort, whether it's her card or not, than Black women do. Is that right?
What I'm saying,
yes.
What I'm saying is that again,
but
Becky
there's
is
nuances to why she has the investment tool. There's nuance to it.
Of course, and that's what I said. She's getting paid on the back end. That's the key.
So do she deserve him because she has more and she's made a bigger investment financially? So do you feel like she deserved the athlete at the once he signed a contract? Does she deserve the prize? Because Keisha don't wash his clothes and cook them. She couldn't buy him no pizza, but I'm sure she made him some hot dogs. She went in the kitchen, in the little kitchenette and made him some hot dogs and made sure that he go to school and made sure she kept him uplifted and made sure when he wanted to quit, encouraged him. She did all of that, but still he don't choose Keisha. He go back, when they get the cut, because Keisha is okay while he's struggling. But once the struggle is over with, then that's when they want to put Becky on their arm. So that's the part I'm trying to, make sense of.
So what you're saying is that once the brother makes it, he's not struggling anymore. He got the big contract. He make it. He kicks Keisha down
to the curb. Yeah.
And goes for Becky.
Yeah. In most cases, yes.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that.
Okay.
The thing is that typically
you don't believe it.
No.
Okay.
Again, there are some of those athletes that she's talking about. Like I said, O.J. Simpson was definitely, in my opinion, anyway, one of them that kicked his wife to the curb.
Yeah.
You're thinking too far back. There's
the majority of these athletes who have white girlfriends or wives either met them in college or had the propensity for white girls.
But that's the point I was trying to get to, Dante, is they met in high school, college. It wasn't a case of, hey, I'm going to just leave my Black girlfriend now that I made it. It was just, hey, this chick was with me,
I'll tell you what. Sorry to cut you short, but we'll do some research and reconvene on that, because I think we're going to go back and forth on that all night. We'll get some numbers up and all that kind of stuff. All I know is that it was a very big deal when Jalen Hurts married a Black woman. It was a big deal. It was like, wow, he actually married a Black woman. I mean, to the point where
why was that a big deal, though?
It was a big deal.
Look at the hate LeBron James gets. See, these guys, you guys don't want to say
and
what it is.
Russell Wilson.
The fact that they have the white girl is a form of status for them. That look at me, I'm not like the rest of these Negroes. I'm one of you.
Hey, I'm not Black. I'm OJ. You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? It's a status. It's a status for these men.
Yeah.
Everybody. Let's get the last word.
You can't end this like this. Come on, DJ. I mean, this is like a cliffhanger.
Some of us have to get up in the morning. I'm not gonna say who, but some of us do.
Some of y'all have to go to y'all. Some of y'all have to go to y'all Black jobs.
I'm just waiting on that no tax over overtime to hit the books.
Yeah, keep waiting, sis.
It's supposed to drop next year, man. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I hope it's not cap.
I hope not.
Yeah, but this was a pretty good conversation. I mean, and debate. So maybe I'll start a live stream, call it Becky with the long hair, and we can have a debate on.
It's Becky with the good hair.
Oh, that's
but
right.
Torch, you got to show all the receipts of all the divorces and
spell it GUDT with the good hair.
Yeah. Shout out to Miss RV in the house, Miss RV. Yeah, but this was a cool night. I'm starving. Yeah, I need.
Thank you
a
for
leftover pork chop for you.
Well, I've already eaten and everything, and I'm not going to no black job tomorrow, whatever. So I'm gonna get back in these YouTube streets and see if I can find another provoking conversation, which this was. It was very intriguing, and it was very intriguing, and I enjoyed it. And DJ, thank you for allowing me to come on your platform and speak on your panel tonight. And it's been nice talking to all of you guys.
That's right, everybody.
Especially you, Darnell.
Darnell's a fan favorite here.
Yeah, and that's the only name that I know. I know Stop the Cap because she kept saying Stop the Cap. But Darnell is really the only name that I remember on this panel besides DJ Torch.
And don't be giving Darnell all them flowers.
Yeah,
I'm honored, ma'am. I'm truly honored. And it was a pleasure to have you.
If you want an argument, Darnell will
Yeah,
Darnell's Deontay's a more reasonable one,
And Darte he be arguing too.
But it's great argument and it's great healthy debate, and that's what I like about it. Nobody is getting upset about it, and we just all speaking our opinions. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes,
well, by all means, definitely come back, and everybody definitely check out I Said What I Said's channel. Let me see if I can put that back in the thing again. But yeah, definitely check out her channel.
It's spelled that way. I said what I said.
Yeah. Well, it's I said what I _said.
All right.
Yeah. He put it in the chat, and it's in the private chat also. And my second channel for the women is empowerment. Stop the Cap is everybody else is invited to the men, but it's really for women, for uplifting women, because of the red pill guys. Okay, and it's called Waiting to Excel.
That's perfect. All right, so let's see. Tev's still in. Did Tev leave? Tev left. Okay. Thank you everybody for coming out. We're gonna have another show probably Saturday. Yeah. I'll try to start it earlier so people can get some some sleep. All right. So any other words before I hit the beat?
Yeah, I'd like to say something before we end. Thanks for letting me up again. And I'm glad my phone didn't go crazy this time. But don't forget, man, the reverse happened. Travis Kelce was dating black girls for years, and now he married a girl, and Russell Wilson married a white girl in college, and she cheated on him his third year in the pros, and now he married her. They always find their way back at the end.
Yeah, I guess Jeezy kind of said the same thing, but we all know how he is. Anyway, all right, everybody. Everybody give the panel a large hand of applause, please. That's Deontay, Darnell, Stop the Cap. Tevin was here. Thank you, everyone. Here's the beat. Here we go.
Strong, fierce, holding on to their dreams. We don't chase broke words or toxic lies.
Music by Ghost.
We rise above. Love real, no disguise.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Miss RV. I said what I said. Tiffany Jackson.
Yeah.
Heaven.
Heard that red pill talk all
Henry
on TV.
Mars.
Disrespect women trying to bring shame, but we don't bow down. No,
Alexander
we don't.
Brannon.
Independent women make no mistake. We grind, we shine, building our path. Respect over ego, love that will last. Not here for the boys stuck bitter and cold. We're writing our story, powerful, bold. Leave 'em dusty, leave 'em broke. We ain't falling for the joke. Queen stay strong, never.
Got your Saturday night.
Real love waits heaven, northern gold. Leave 'em dusty, leave 'em broke. We ain't falling for the
Deontay.
joke. Queen stay strong, never fall. Real love waits worth more than gold. Don't need a man to validate my worth.
Phoenix Soul.
I've been shining since birth. But if he steps right with truth in his heart, we can build together a powerful star.
Thank you everyone for coming out.
Freedom and trust, partnership solid, respect
Catch you on the next one.
until that